Falcon Football. Tonight's game features the number 12th ranked Monroe Mustangs and your number 11th ranked Lackawanna College Falcons. The Falcons are led by the Hall of Fame and legendary head coach Mark Duda. Fan coaches and players, the National Junior College Athletic Association and Lackawanna College is committed to the ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play. We ask all fans, coaches, and players to show respect for the opposing team, game officials, and each other before, during, and after tonight's game. Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts in conflict with good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play are subject to ejection and prosecution. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
It worked really well with the Iron Central. Scary how it works. I don't know if we're going to do another game like that though. From my office of student union.
Fans, whether or not you can make it out to Memorial Stadium, you can always catch the home action on our exclusive YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for the Lackawanna College Falcons Athletic Network. Also, make sure to stay up to date on all Lackawanna College athletic news, scores, and events by going to LackawannaFalcons.com. That's LackawannaFalcons.com. You can also follow Lackawanna Falcons Athletics on all social media platforms.
These Bucknell games on screens before from earlier this year, so I at least had some experience with it. So it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible at all.
Here's your game time weather information. It is currently 63 degrees, and the wind is at east at 8 miles per hour. The forecast is cloudy with seasonal temps and only a 10% chance of rain. It is a perfect night for Falcon football.
Stream's on, so you and I can go. These are our mics, so this one's you, this one's me. We're on, but we're not.
And now for your starting lineups. First, for Bill Reese's Black Flag defense.
Audio.
Defensive end number 48, Brian Dallas. Nose tackle number 93, Tyler Grossi. Defensive end number 0, Cottrell Hatchett. Linebacker number 20, Jamal McNeil. Linebacker number 7, Harold O'Neill. Linebacker number 19, Avante Lockhart. Your nickelback number 3, Dwayne Branco. Defensive back number 33, Bill Hackett. Your safety number 14, Nasir Dean. And safety number 12, Akeem Snell.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Single, it's me.
Mike, I'm not blaming you for that.
Thanks, girls. Eric's calling somebody. I don't know if that's us. Anybody up here? He's calling.
My
Looking up
phone's
here.
not ringing. Not me.
Someone call him. You might be calling me. Someone tell him that's the refs. I'll turn them down. So I can finish this.
And now the starters for Josh Pardini's offense. Left tackle number 77, J.B. Nelson. Left guard number 62, Ben Eisenhower. Center number 58, Donovan Reiser. Right guard number 52, Javon Blackburn. Right tackle number 60, Sout Kandick. Tight end number 23, Josiah Purdy. Running back number 9, Antoine Squire. Wide receiver number 1, Alfonso Ferre. Wide receiver number 6, Cohen Russell. Wide receiver number 2, Delvin Palmer. And your quarterback for the Falcons, number 4, Barry Brown.
I don't know which one the link is. There's like 4 of them. So I just Yeah, they said it's the officials. Well, I'm guessing when he walked off the field, and he had still probably had it turned on or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Yeah. No, because I was even when I unplugged the microphone a couple times, it was still all that. Yeah. That's what I did. I just don't know which one it's him. It's either one of the four that I have turned on. Yeah, that's what I did before too. All right, cool. All right, gotcha. All right.
Cowboys tomorrow at 4.
Yeah, we're going tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
Jets.
Let's go. Go look at the team now.
That's gotta
Look at the
be.
team now.
That's gotta be a declaration.
No, they
of war or
scored.
something,
They
you know?
scored.
Field goal. Okay.
Field goal.
That's gotta be like a war crime or something.
Jets Falcons over.
Playing the Jets and the Falcons in the UK. Come
I
on.
know, but I'm excited because it's like living on the West Coast watching a 9:30 a.m. football game. Yeah,
I gotta wake up to watch them.
Yeah.
I gotta wake up to watch them at 9:30.
Fans, just a reminder, Scranton Memorial Stadium in the Scranton School District is a smoke-free facility. There's no smoking allowed on campus grounds. We thank you for your cooperation.
Snow lost. Jones won. Independence
No
won.
one?
Iowa Western. 17-14. But Iowa Western's number 4. So.
Okay.
The Jones won. Independence won. I think Trinity Valley just started. East Mississippi won. Mexico State didn't. Mexico didn't play. Concord didn't play. Gulf Coast won. Iowa Central won. I just call it Scranton Memorial Stadium. I'm not trying to keep track of what the sponsor is at this point. No one yells at me for it. So.
And I haven't said Tim Tech.
That place, that credit union changes its name every 2 years anyway, so someone else buys it out.
What time is it again? 57, 55?
51.
Oh, 51.
Yeah, Mark wants it done before they come out.
Oh, yeah. Guess you're gonna need my phone then.
Yeah, because I'm still barely getting by on that.
It's up to you. We can wait until after the anthem if you want.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to.
Settle in, go to the bathroom.
Yep.
They dropped the pass.
Penn State?
Yeah.
Fourth down now?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, not a great pass, but still.
But that was catchable.
If it hits you in the hands, Joe.
Yeah, it's catchable.
Especially on 3rd and 5 in a big game.
Yeah, 35.
On a tackle,
On the tackle,
but we're not sure. We don't know if it's his rib or if it's his shoulder or what. He got hit after he threw. Or he got hit while he was throwing.
I guess it's
And
probably
brought down, but it didn't look serious. So we don't know if it's just how he landed or what, but we haven't seen him since.
I guess it's probably his ribs because I feel like he's being a sling.
Yeah, he's not in a sling, he's not, but he's in street clothes. He's not.
he's walking well.
Yeah, he's walking around the sideline. Oh, nice.
Yep, he was there to make the tackle on the catch.
It's like seconds.
Good timing too.
This defense is bailing them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise and remove your caps as we honor the United States of America and the men and women who serve to protect it with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Scranton Memorial for tonight's college football matchup. It is the Monroe College Mustangs.
Here come the Falcons!
Don't even need an introduction on our end, Tom. The Lackawanna College Falcons. John Mendola with you tonight, along with Tom Ferguson. And Tom, exciting times. Lackawanna College, not many home games this year.
No.
But we're here. It's a night game, and the Falcons come out looking pretty sharp in the uniforms first up, and a high-powered, two nationally ranked teams.
Yeah, one of three different matchups, John, in the top 15 in the NJCAA happening today, and maybe one of the more important ones, at least on the East Coast side of things, the two teams in the Northeast Football Conference, because ASA New York not playing this year, so this will really decide that as far as the champion is concerned, and these two teams trying to get themselves into that upper echelon inside the top 10, and certainly a win over a ranked opponent can do a lot to kind of help that out. So both Lackawanna coming in at 3-1 and Monroe coming in at 3-0 on the year, really trying to assert themselves. And these are two teams that are familiar with each other. They've played 8 times since Monroe started in 2012, and Lackawanna's won the last 5 in a row. So you know that's in the back of the minds of the Mustangs, and certainly their coaching staff. They'd love to get a win over their East Coast rivals here.
Old friend Terry Karg,
Yep.
the head coach, of course, the Pioneers, the semi-pro team in our Northeast Pennsylvania, and then Wyoming Seminary, and
Yep.
He's been with Monroe now for years and doing a good job with that program.
Yeah, the only coach they've known, and when they started that program, I think they already had 4 wins right out of the chute, and from there they've averaged probably between 6 and 8 wins a year. The last 2 years that they've played, in 2018 and 2019, they went to bowl games. They went to the Graphic Edge Bowl in 2018. They made a bowl game last year, the Salt City Bowl, and played Hutchinson in 2019. Did not play in the spring, but they have slowly improved and slowly kind of put themselves there. But every time they run up against Lackawanna the last couple times, it's been the Falcons kind of holding that edge, and that's certainly something they want to change, and Coach Card would want to change here. But the Falcons, they're still kicking themselves, I think, because of that Iowa Central loss earlier this year. This is a golden opportunity. You got a ranked team at home, not a ton of other games going on around the country, so a lot of eyes going to start to shift to this game tonight. This is a golden opportunity for you to make your mark and really show yourselves on a national stage.
I was around the Falcons a couple times early in camp. The first couple of weeks, got to see the intensity, the amount of athletes on the field at any given moment, whether it was on the defensive side, the offensive side. You just knew, hey, there's another reload here at Lackawanna College for the Falcons. But you, if anybody, would have a pulse on this team. So you take us back to that loss and what the feelings were like since then and how they've responded. Obviously, a bunch of wins, but there's been some good football games, including up at Army at West Point.
I think the offense has come around a little bit, because that was the problem in that game against Iowa Central, was that, they had only scored those 14 points and then got a touchdown on a punt return from Cohen Russell. So really, they needed to get the offense up and running. And Barry Brown, I think, has stepped up in that. He won Athlete of the Week at Lackawanna College last week because those two games he had against Army and MTI, he threw 12 touchdown passes, threw over 550 yards as well, has been pretty accurate and has honestly been pretty good. When you look at rankings across the country, he's among the nation's best. 6th in the NJCAA in passing yards per game at 253.5, 3rd in passing efficiency, 5th in yards per attempt at 9.8, 6th in passing touchdowns with 12. He's been very, very good and has really been helped, I think, also by a good wide receiver core. You got guys like Delvin Palmer, who's lightning quick, Cohen Russell, who's pretty quick in his own right and has good, sure hands. You've got some big receivers in Colby Young. You got Josh Dodd there. You got Alfonso Ferre as well. He's got a lot of good targets, a lot of good weapons that he can throw to on the edge, and it makes the Falcons dangerous because they've got so many different guys that they can put out in the field in different formations that you have to try to account for.
Barry Brown was coming in as a slight favorite at the quarterback position going into camp, but talking to the coaches, like, listen, this is an open competition. Anything can happen. We reload. We got some new guys coming in here, and it was stiff competition. Barry won the job, but there's guys behind him that are pretty solid as well.
Yeah, Braden Hawkins got his first real extended run last week against MTI, and they scored a couple field goals, had a touchdown run from one of the running backs as well. So he didn't get to throw a touchdown pass, but you could see the flashes. You can see that he's got the ability to stand in the pocket. I think as he continues to get more familiar with the offense, that's going to be a good option to have. Quarterback gets hurt, like Barry takes hits. He can run a little bit too. If he gets hurt for whatever reason, you got a kid like Hawkins that can step in and step up.
Well, we are going to see the Falcons here starting things off over on the offensive side of the ball. Nice to see the offense try to get that opportunity. As you said, a little bit of momentum is what we're looking for here from the Lackawanna College Falcons tonight at home. And, people talk about, getting out. There's so many events going on, high school football and all these other sports. And, you may not get the crowd, but we got a nice audience that likes to watch the Falcons here on TV. And great vision out of the athletic department of putting this all together the last couple of years. And, there's people all over the country watching the Falcons tonight.
No, we're happy to do it. Happy to make sure that people can watch along with us. And this is going to be a fun matchup. Both these teams are some of the top teams in terms of passing in the country, in terms of efficiency. You got a great quarterback on Monroe and Shelton Applewhite, who we'll see tonight. He's been super efficient, one of the best in the country so far this year. And you're about to see one of the best return tandems in the country back for the Falcons to receive this. Delvin Palmer and Cohen Russell averaging between themselves 33.8 and 30.8 yards per kick return this year. That is Lackawanna 3rd in the country in kick returns. That's a big thing to have. You got those two guys back returning kicks for you.
And they're going to spread out just a little bit here. So we are underway here at Scranton Memorial. It'll be taken right around the 15-yard line. It'll get up across the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. That is where the Falcons will start out. So a good job there by Cohen Russell.
Good return. That's exactly what we just talked about, John. You have guys that can bring it out, give Lackawanna good field position. Looked like the ball got hung up in the wind a little bit there, but you start the ball on your own 32-yard line. That's not bad.
Lackawanna will start out over on the sideline with about 28 guys in the huddle, and they'll We'll break to 11 on the field there. Just chat a little bit about what they want out of this offense here. 2 receivers stacked up on both sides here right off the bat. They'll fake it and they'll throw it right in the flat. We've seen a lot of this from the Nittany Lions. Interestingly, we're seeing it here where the Falcons, that pipeline connection, probably have had some good conversations with the offensive minds.
Yeah, speaking of, there's someone from State College, Cohen Russell, on the catch and brings it out to the 38-yard line. It looks like they're going to march him a gain of 6 on the play.
It's so cool. You know, State College kid coming here to Lackawanna and trying to do his thing. And, of course, that pipeline we'll talk about probably all night long and continue to talk about it. It's just been such a fantastic thing the last several years of what Mark Duda and the Falcons have done to kind of make their brand there at Penn State. So here is Brown on a 2nd down and short. They'll go over to the right. Brown will try to escape. It'll only get up to about the 39-yard line, so maybe a half a yard.
They haven't run him too much on designed runs. Really, if Brown has run at all, it's been broken plays or things like that. So that's an interesting little wrinkle that Lackawanna threw in there, but you got to give credit to Monroe's side of the ball there. They flooded that side, really read that well.
Palmer in the slot over on the right-hand side. They'll look over to the sideline for the call here.
And this is what Lackawanna does, is they get to the line quickly, and then they'll adjust from what they see from the defense. But they don't want to give the defense any time to set themselves.
So they've rolled up on the corners here. Man-to-man in your face, D. They got a guy wide open in the flat, and that is nice job by Cohen again. Cohen Russell wide open.
Yep. Easy out pattern there, beyond the sticks, picks up the first down of the game, right to midfield, 11-yard pickup on the play.
So they locked up on the outside, but it was Russell totally open there in the flat. And his speed is something that looks kind of special. He's got those quick feet.
Already 20 catches, I believe, on the year, team leader for them.
So Brown now has a guy who'll move over to the right-hand side. That'll be Purdy. And they'll run straight forward right near the 45, depending on where he falls down.
It might have been Squire that ran that one, and he finally got himself going last week, John. That's strangely enough, it's been tough for Lackawanna College running the football so far this year, but they finally got the running game up and running against MTI last week.
So Antoine Squire now wearing 9. I think last time I saw Squire play, he had a different number. I'm not sure if that was a spring or the previous go-round.
All kind of running together.
It is running together. 2nd down here for the Falcons. They will keep Brown on that right-hand side right near the sticks. I think they'll have enough for the first down.
Yeah, about 7 from the initial official on the far side, but 7-yard pickup for Brown. Again, a designed read there on that play, and another first down for the Falcons into Monroe territory now.
Tom, when you look at this front here, I mean, they look tall and lean. No real monsters up front as far as 350-pounders, but there's guys 6'6", 6'7" in that front line, but look fit.
Yep, and they've got some big bodies down there as a flag comes in on the side. And obviously, you got the left tackle, J.B. Nelson, speaking of that Penn State pipeline, going there next year.
35 tackle.
So we'll check out the flag here.
Looked like it was encroachment or offside called against Monroe.
It's going to be offside.
So that's the first penalty against the Mustangs.
So Falcon eyes here for Tom Ferguson. Saw that flag from far away, and we got a nice little situation here for the Falcons as they get 5 free yards. So it'll be 1st down and 5 now. Do you try to maybe go up top here?
I think you're thinking on it, 1st and 5. You got the receivers to do it. Here comes pressure.
Deep out, looks complete. And it is a catch, yes. And that'll be enough for another Falcon first down.
So that should be to Foray, and that looks like a 10-yard pickup. And like you mentioned, John, a first down. Falcons really mixing well so far as Fonzo gets his first catch of the evening.
So another weapon here in the Falcon arsenal, Foray with a catch.
He's got good hands, too. He's a good route runner for this team.
So Brown will kneel down, just kind of look around, see what he sees. He'll have Squire right next to him over on that right-hand side. Bringing the heat right now, and Barry Brown tries to get outside, gets by somebody, gets by enough for 5 yards again. We're down to the 20-yard line now.
Yeah, it was kind of dangerous there for a second there for Barry because they didn't read it well, and he had the opportunity, but someone kind of cut to the outside, so he kind of strung it out, got that defender to think he was going to pitch, and then cut back up the field. So he turned what was probably 1 yard into 4 yards there, but you got to be careful, especially how you're holding the football.
So right now the Mustangs of Monroe trying to bring a little heat on that last play, pinching on the outside and just trying to see if they could squeeze that middle.
They're a good defensive team, John. They're only giving up around 185 yards per game and only 44 per game on the ground, and I think Lackawanna wants to talk things over.
So a timeout on the field here. And you got to like what you see thus far. Or, they just lined up. They had that single coverage over here on this left side. Maybe they try to, go head-to-head and see if they could put one up in that back of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, they're staying ahead of schedule, as they say. They're picking up 4 or 5 yards per gain, all that, mixing the ball around, throwing in and out, all that kind of stuff. So they've got Monroe on their heels a little bit. There might be a chance to take a shot. You're certainly in 4-down territory if you want that. Or, you've got a pretty good kicker with the wind at his back and Cam Cicotti as well. So you've got options here if you're the Falcons. And if you're Monroe, you're not quite shell-shocked yet, but you're on your heels, so maybe this is a timeout that the Falcons took that Monroe can take advantage of and kind of reset themselves.
So here come the Falcons back out on the field trying to get that offense working. Now they'll have a guy in the slot over here, which will be Devin Palmer.
And he's the fastest player on the field. I have no issue saying that without knowing much about Monroe.
So Brown will throw it out, and Palmer on the inside, skinny, and gets biffed around down to the 2-yard line. So a little rocket screen, so to speak, and Devin Palmer now has a Falcon 1st and goal.
So they put him pretty much right at the 3 or the 4-yard line, it looks like, where they have him there. So a 16-yard pickup on that little rocket screen. And like I said, Palmer, lightning quick, able to get to the second level quickly.
Low snap, Squire scoops it up. Him and Brown were battling over there for it, and he gets something out of nothing. Down to about the same spot, maybe the 2 again.
Yeah, I think they gave him 2 yards on the play. So that could have been much worse than it ended up being for Lackawanna College there.
Absolutely.
And this drive continues to run too, John, as we're coming up on 5.5 minutes here that they've gone, and this is going to be the 10th play of the drive.
Najee Hollenbach now into the ball game, 6'4" offensive lineman out of Toms River, New Jersey. Brown, 2 receivers on that far side. It'll be Squire battling. He's right near the goal line. I think he's in.
No signal yet. It's very close. Yeah, they're going to mark him just shy, just in front of the goal line there.
That looked like that ball crossed the plane to me. I don't know about you, but
it was close. I thought he might have been in, but the officials think differently. I mean, that ball's as close to the line as you can get.
Inches away. Could it be Barry Brown on a keeper? They're pinching. Somebody fired over on the right.
Someone might have lined up wrong. There's a flag that's thrown on the sideline here and the sideline on the far side, so we'll have to see what happens here.
Well, I thought the right guard may have fired away quickly, but there was a lot of movement up front. And
sometimes that could be the issue, too,
They got great push after having 8 guys in there for Monroe.
So let's see as the crew gets together and figures out what the flag's going to be here, but I would think this is probably going against Lackawanna College.
Wow.
Oh, no, excuse me. Call that against Monroe. So they called an offside. He pointed at Monroe.
Falcons are saying, hey, we scored.
So, like, if
the whistle's blown, I don't know.
I mean, if they got into the end zone, then it should be a touchdown. And
well, maybe we'll just try this again and see what happens. So we're back to the gun.
So now, but it's still 3rd down.
That's a touchdown.
Xavier Evans into the end zone. There you go. That makes more sense.
Touchdown.
So number 24 gets in out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Xavion Evans scores for the Falcons. Direct snap right to him. Brown just had to make it look good, like, oh, I missed the snap there. And that was a planned play there. And good job. And here comes our extra point right out of Valley View. Cam Sakati.
Sakati on the PAT. Around the hole. Stretch the snap.
So that kick is up, and it is good. So 7-0 the score with 8:34. We burn a little bit of time here at the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference. In your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu. You won't find changing the world listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is...
We are back here at Lackawanna College at Scranton Memorial. Of course, the home of the Falcons. Campus, just a stone throw away here. And these guys come over, get to practice. They come down. They like the night practices. I mean, it's been a thing the last couple of years. And, pretty much they've been like 8 to 10 o'clock.
I think the coaching staff might prefer it to be earlier in the day, but it's also something that they're used to. It's their thing, so they'll just kind of go with it,
I think Duda used to be an early bird. He's changing it a little bit.
I don't think he sleeps, to be honest.
This thing is bombed away to the end zone. And Monroe, the Mustangs, will come out and try to get their offense going with their quarterback, Shelton Applewhite Jr. out of Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, he's been really, really good for Monroe so far this year. Shelton is 34-51, has been just really, really spectacular for this team in terms of the way he's thrown the football. As I mentioned before, he's been the leader for this team. 73% of his passes, 824 yards, 10 touchdowns so far this year. Was a perfect 13-13 in that win over Post.
Got a nice offensive line right in front of him, helping to pave the way. Let's see what they do. Applewhite will roll right, gets rid of one, and we'll just throw it away. Heady play there by Applewhite.
Yeah, I mean, that's a smart play. You're rolling, you got nowhere to go. Just throw it out into the sideline and live to fight another down.
I love the return of 0 on the football field. Obviously it was before our time. People used to wear it. I'm waiting maybe in a year, maybe we'll see a 0.
Yep.
I'd like to see that come back.
Yeah, Cottrell Hatchett brought it back this year, and he's been pretty good for the Falcons up front on that defensive line.
So here come the Mustangs for Terry Karg, the head football coach here for Monroe College, and lots of thinking over there, lots of chatter, and just not on the same page.
Yeah, something looked off in the backfield. They didn't like what they were seeing, and they're forced to use an early timeout here with 8.5 to go in the first quarter. So, big. Really got to try to set yourself if you're Monroe and make sure you've got everything lined up, because this is obviously an important matchup between these two teams. Given what we've seen already so far in junior college football, you had Snow losing earlier today, 17-14 to Iowa Western.
How about that?
The other matchup between ranked teams, Hutchinson led Independence pretty much the entire game until Independence, the number 3 team in the nation, scored with 6 seconds left to win as well. So if those two games are any indication, this game should be a pretty fun one between Monroe and Lackawanna College, as it normally is.
So a little pistol look now out of the Mustangs. Applewhite will have his running back right behind him. So that's number 41, Keon Gillespie.
And they mix him in and out. They've got a couple other backs they'll use as well back there.
Gillespie runs straight forward. He runs into a wall there. Nice job by the Falcons.
Yeah, maybe a 2-yard pickup.
Hatchet coming out of that pile. All 6'2" of them out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Tough town. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, they got a lot of kids from New Jersey, does Lackawanna College, and they all fly around to the football, especially defensively.
They're running a lot of this kind of a draw play in warm-ups tonight. There was one look right there. So we'll see what they draw up here. Applewhite facing some heat. Can he get around it? He's athletic enough to. Gets rid of 1, 2, but then he goes down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, runs into his own guy and really could just never quite get away. Cottrell Hatchett on the stop there for the Falcons, and Applewhite lost a couple on the play. That's already a big stop for Lackawanna College. Not only do they get the ball back, possibly on the punt here, but they also get it to the hands of either Russell or Palmer.
You know, these Falcons, they get after each other at practice. It is intense. You show another team a different jersey, they're mad. They want to go get those guys. So they'll punt it away here. The Mustangs after a 3-and-out.
16.
And that'll be right at the 42-yard line. That'll be number 6 of Cohen Russell, again, making that catch and getting settled in for 58 yards till pay dirt here for the Falcons, leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. John Mendola, Tom Ferguson with you this evening here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
Good catch there by Russell. I mean, it's not easy. Certainly, I don't know how you or I would do trying to catch that in traffic or even with no one around us, but having people around you like that, that's a smart, it's a tough catch, but he makes it there to Cohen Russell, and it gives Lackawanna, as you mentioned, John, 58 yards to pay dirt. Pretty good field position they've had in this game from their 32 and now from their 42.
So here is Brown looking to roll to his right. He throws it to his running back, Squire, and Squire makes a couple of moves. He's still on his feet, still rumbling over on the left-hand side, down to the 30. What speed, what agility, and bust a move, Squire.
Wow.
Tom, we've seen a lot of football. That is one of the best plays I've seen by a running back. So shifty.
That's a 30-yard pickup to the 28-yard line, and he was dead to rights in the backfield, John. He should have been tackled back there, and he stopped running and reversed, and suddenly he was free. That's a phenomenal run from Antoine.
Out of Clinton, Maryland. Excellent play there by Squire, and a Falcon first down. 6:23 on the clock here, the first quarter. Falcons up 7, looking to add to it. Brown fakes it. He's going to throw this thing. Deep corner routes, got a dude. Oh, just knocked away.
No flag on that. Pretty good coverage in terms of position there for Monroe. Maybe you could make the argument that he wasn't looking back for the football, but I don't think I don't know that the Falcons really had much there anyway. The pass was a little underthrown.
Palmer comes in, Russell goes out.
It was good. They had one-on-one coverage, but if the pass was put into the corner of the end zone, they might have had a better shot at that.
Josiah Purdy still hanging out for the Falcons. Lined up over the guard. They're going to pull somebody. They're going to throw it over to the right, and that's a big stick over there.
Nice tackle. That's a really, really good job by Monroe. Looked like it might have been Dennis.
Yeah.
That looked like Dennis that came up with it. There is a Mustang who's slow, happened away from the play.
Will run out to get the injured Mustang player with 5:59 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Big third down coming up for the Falcons, and yeah, there's an injury as the training staff comes out, but he looks like he's back up and okay. Jonathan Ware, one of the linebackers for this Mustang team.
6'1", 240 pounds. He's out of Maplewood, New Jersey. Seton Hall Prep.
They've been good, Monroe, John, on third down, especially coming into the game. 7 for 34 they've held teams, 20% on the season. So they forced 8 turnovers coming into the contest in the 3 games that they've played so far this year, only giving up around 11 points per game. So this is certainly the stiffest test they've faced so far this year. They did beat Georgia Military College earlier this year. Beat them pretty good, too. I think it was 34-16 was the final. So this is no pushover, certainly, the Monroe College Mustangs.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right, 2 safety look here out of Monroe. They got 4 down linemen. They're going to fake it, throw the little screen again to Palmer. Palmer's trying to go east and west, and then one of the linemen from behind finally takes him down. That looked like that was 94 up front.
Fourth down.
First it looked like 34, but I think it was Nick Evans, a defensive lineman.
Yeah, He lost about, or he was about one tackle away from maybe breaking that big. He just couldn't quite get there. And now it brings up a 4th down, and it looks like the Falcons are going to go for it here.
Single coverage over on this far side. You got Alfonso Foray, that safety looking. You run that slot guy right at the safety and see if you could get somebody on the outside here. Here is Brown. He's going to throw a post corner out. He's got Palmer wide open, but the ball was underthrown. Needed to be thrown a little quicker or a little deeper. Palmer burned by his guy by a couple of yards.
Yeah, he beat him, and you see maybe some of the coaching staff asking for pass interference, but that's just good defense. The ball got there pretty much the same time the defender did, and he jumped in the way, didn't hit Palmer, knocked the ball away. That's good defense, and it forces a turnover on downs.
And as you say, Palmer just the fastest dude, and Barry Brown's just got to get that out there a little quicker.
Yep, get it quicker. And I don't know how much quicker you can have. He was running out of real estate there, but you got to try to get it out as quickly as you can.
So Monroe comes back on offense here. Their second series, it'll be Applewhite in the backfield with his running back. And they will get up to about the 32-yard line. So once again, that was Gillespie.
Yeah, not much space running between the tackles there for Monroe. And they're not going to have a ton of success. That might have been O'Sullivan, actually,
yes,
20
right.
that got the carry.
Those yellow spikes are throwing me off. There's more than one Mustang with yellow spikes. I'm thinking, okay, it's got to be the same guy.
There's a couple of them out there.
So the Mustangs now go with a short look. They'll throw a short little 5-yard route out to the 35. Good defense in the defensive backfield by Malcolm Moore.
And a 4-yard pickup there on the quick pass. It makes it 3rd and manageable right now as it's LaMarcus Brand that comes down with the catch.
That was actually Hackett, and Hackett's a veteran on that defense wearing 33.
Billy Hackett, what he lacks in size, he makes up for in speed and quickness, just getting to the ball fast.
They're going to try something similar here on that far side. Hackett's given about 7. They only need about 4, but Hackett will make up that speed. But he's got a tall receiver over there he's got to contend with, and Halim Dixon King. He goes about 6'2".
Yep. They got a couple good receivers, does Monroe.
Applewhite looking. He's got time and flares it over the middle, but there's a flag down. It is complete to Nikema.
And he's the leading receiver for this team. Certainly someone that you're going to have to account for, but the flag came in the area of holding. We'll see if that's what the actual call is. And Nikema's the leading wide receiver. He's also the place kicker for Monroe so far this year. It's like a legal man downfield.
Yeah. So that's not good for the Mustang fans, that's for sure, on a completion. And Applewhite has that unique delivery. You're watching him in warm-ups, and you're seeing it's just a little different delivery. It's been effective for him.
It's not quite sidearm. It's almost like a pitcher who's trying to cut the ball, or try to put some curve on it. The way he comes down with it, he slices with it.
3rd down.
So 3rd and about 9 now for Monroe.
So Akeem Snell, the safety, will be over on that far sideline for the Falcons playing center field over there. There's nobody in the inside receiver there. There's 3 receivers over on the left. And Falcons just playing zone over there right now.
Somebody went early. Somebody jumped early on Monroe, and so that's going to back them up a little further.
Falcon D lineman having a conversation there with the referee, and his teammate just said, "Hey, buddy, let's just let this go. They're going to go backwards. We don't need to say anything here."
That's going to be important, I think, in this game too, because I think Monroe is either the 3rd most or close to it, and the Falcons are the 7th most penalized teams in the NJCAA. So it's going to be important for both these teams to relax and really just kind of do what you're supposed to do.
Now the Falcons get a different guy over there, a 3rd guy, and that ball is thrown right where it needed to be. His receiver fell down. That was intended over there for number 82, LaMarcus Brand, but he fell down on the cut.
Yeah, slipped. Isaiah Hackett on the coverage there as well was in pretty good position as it was. and another quick 3 and out here. So the Falcon defense, John, has come to play so far against a really potent and good Monroe College offense. We'll see what adjustments the Mustangs can make as the game goes on, but you got to be happy if you're a Lackawanna fan so far with how the defense has played.
You don't think Billy Reese, the defensive coordinator, gets fired up saying, listen, they're putting up too many points. We're going to try to shut this down a little bit. So there's a beautiful kick. Going backwards is Russell, who'll get it right around his 25-yard line, make a little move. He's got a wall over there if he gets some clean blocks. He heads inside, gets biffled pretty good right around the 35-yard line. Couldn't get around the bend there, but he had a wall set up.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job. That was a nice over-the-shoulder catch as he was backing up there, and as you said, he kind of stopped, surveyed, and if he could just have got to the outside, he might have had a chance at that one, but he ended up cutting it back up, still picked up about 10 yards to the 35-yard line.
2:38 on the clock here, and we're in the first quarter. John Mendola, Tom Ferguson with you here on the Lackawanna College Falcons Network. Here comes Barry Brown and this Falcons offense. A couple of receivers over to the left-hand side. See that inside receiver. They have a backer out there showing blitz. That safety is going to roll up. And they fake it and throw the slant to Russell, who's wide open.
Brown's pass complete.
Nice looking pitch and catch there. And tell you what, good job by the tight end on the edge here, John, because he saw that pressure coming, dove right down on the linebacker there, kind of put him up in the air. That opened up the middle for Russell on that catch on the 12-yard pickup.
So 2 receivers over to the left, and we throw in Purdy, who's playing tight end. They kind of use their tight ends like an H-back, line them up right near the tackle right now.
Yep.
So they'll fake it to the right and they'll run, fake it to the left, that is, and run over to the right-hand side. That is Evans.
Yeah, you'll see Xavier Evans, you'll see Isaiah Edwards, you'll see Antoine Squire all kind of split time at the back. It's really running back by committee with what they want to do, and they all kind of do their own things individually. Xavier's got a little speed similar to Antoine. Isaiah Edwards is a little more between the tackles.
Second down and 7 here for the Falcons. Barry Brown trying to direct this offense. It's their 3rd possession of the evening. They've scored a touchdown. They just missed on a touchdown, and now they're going to see if they could score another touchdown here. The Falcons trying to go high octane. Their defense has shut down Monroe thus far in their 2 drives. Brown pumps, throws this one deep. He's got the safety over there, but going to catch it at its highest point are the Falcons, and going for pay dirt goes Lackawanna College. Great job, great reception over there, and score it for number 85, Joshua Dodd.
That might actually be Colby Young that came down with that one, but a 50-yard touchdown pass. Good pump fake and go, and then you see Colby Young go up and grab that over a defender, and then I thought, well, this was great, John. He comes down with it. He's got a defender behind him, stops. That defender goes right by him and cuts it up the field and scores.
Man, I've got to get to the eye doctor. That's twice. I had a 33, a 32 for a 33, and an 85 for an 86. I'm one short all night. Nice job. Colby Young, that touchdown out of Binghamton, New York. Cam Siccotti, only because I know this kid since high school, bangs that one through, got that name right. $1:15 on the clock, and 14-0, the Falcons of Lackawanna College.
Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu. We never set out to change the world, but at Lackawanna, we see our graduates doing it every day. In healthcare fields like surgical technology, our graduates are making an impact, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of countless patients and their families. Changing the world. It's really a simple matter of making life better for others, and there's no better place to start than Lackawanna College. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today.
Colby Young from Barry Brown makes that catch, and the Falcons 14-0 over the Mustangs. Tom, you said a fantastic play there at a Young.
Yeah, impressive stuff there. Brown, again, good pump fake. Colby Young running down the sideline, goes up above the defender to grab that, makes the other defender miss, and carries that into the end zone. I mean, he did that pretty much from the 15-yard line and made the rest of it happen. So really, really nice play there from Lackawanna, taking advantage of short fields and making things happen.
You know, it's always nice. You have the memory when you drive up to upstate New York as we get the kickoff here down to the 5-yard line. Here come the Mustangs. And there's some afterburners over there by number 83. Nice return. That is Robinson. So Jamari Robinson on the return.
Yep.
But as I was saying, you drive by Binghamton all the time. You see the high school field right off of 81 up there. And now we finally get a player here at Lackawanna that called Binghamton High School their home.
Yep. Makes it down here, and obviously having an impact. Had 2 touchdown catches, including the game winner against Army. A couple weeks ago, had a touchdown catch against MTI as well, and now hauls one in on the near side. So last 3 games, he's really come alive. And again, another option for Barry Brown to try to put into the fold here.
So here comes Applewhite and that Mustang offense. Over on the left-hand side, that goes to number 20. So they get over to O'Sullivan, 5'10", 165 pounds.
Maybe about 2 yards on the carry there, and it looked like Harold O'Neill was the one that ran from his left outside linebacker spot pretty much across the line and came down to tackle him from behind. Actually, they're going to give him about 3. That's a good spot. So they move the ball out.
So second down at 7 here from the Mustangs on their own 36-yard line, trailing by 2 scores to the Falcons. They'll move O'Sullivan on the other side. They'll get a quick pitch over towards the Mustang sideline. They get some positive yardage before he is pushed out of bounds.
I think that might have been Dwayne Grantham who pushed him out.
Grantham is 6 foot. Sophomore, is out of Inwood, West Virginia.
And he's what Coach Reese likes to call the overhang. Plays that outside linebacker spot that's kind of a hybrid between the outside linebacker and a safety, and he can kind of play both for this team, as there is an injured Falcon all the way across the field away from us, right in front of the Monroe College bench. Might be 30. No, it's not 33. 93. So it's Tyler Gross who's down, but he's up. Maybe a little bit of a cramp or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Out of Mansfield, Ohio. And knowing the Falcons, they haven't had many Ohio players here. It's nice to get one in here. And Gross, Mansfield Senior High School.
It's third down.
Another third down attempt coming here from Monroe. Already 0 for 2 tonight.
So it'll be O'Sullivan in the backfield with the quarterback Shelton Applewhite Jr.
Now, with that stoppage, too, John, the clock stopped at 14 seconds left, so Monroe's got to run another play here before the end of the quarter, obviously. So,
yeah, no time to think about it. You know, on this third down, they would have had that. Good point, Tom. So here comes Applewhite with the call. Heat is on. He throws a long ball. He's got a wide open receiver and pass interference.
Yep, that's pretty obvious there. That's going to be the 15-yard penalty. Good positioning, but you got to look back for the football there, and there was some hand fighting as there just before the ball got there. So that's pretty obvious.
So that interference will go against the Falcons. Look like Snell, Akeem Snell.
Yep.
6'3" freshman out of Penn Hills High School.
So that's a break for Monroe, as they'll pick up the first down because of it. And gives them a fresh set of downs here, too. So let's see if the offense for Monroe can kind of come alive a little bit after that. Looks like they're putting that in the Lackawanna 47. So that's a big break.
Well, it'll be Applewhite, and they're, as we say, in the Falcon territory here, sending over his running back right next to him, O'Sullivan. They'll fake it to him. They'll throw it in the flat little lollipop throw, and they'll get some positive yardage out there.
Yeah, it might have been Tompkins, the tight end, that came down with that here as the quarter comes to a close.
So the final play of the first quarter has the Mustangs on the march. Falcons lead 14-0. We'll be back for quarter number 2. Tom Ferguson, John Mendola with you this evening here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that will change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Are you looking for a new career in the great outdoors? Lackawanna College's Conservation and Natural Resource Certificate Program can train you in just 15 weeks. Through 5 specialized environmental field courses, you'll be ready for a career as a state park or forest ranger, in the regional park system, or even as an environmental educator. Hands-on training is offered at more than a dozen ecologically unique locations in Northeast Pennsylvania. Enroll today at lackawanna.edu to study in Covington Township, Sunbury, or Towanda.
We are back here with the Mustangs on the move here in the second quarter. Applewhite, quick little hitter, almost picked off over there. Good play there by the Mustangs, but man, that was like a bait situation, but could not grab that ball.
Oh, that was very, very close. It looked like Lackawanna had a shot at that. That might have been Isaiah Hackett that was reading that, almost came down with it, but it's Halim Dixon King that's able to pull it away and ends up picking up about 10 yards on it and a first down.
So here are the Mustangs now trying to put their first points on the board.
It's a big first down pickup after that penalty, and now they get that pass play that's almost picked off, and now they're moving.
So O'Sullivan on the left-hand side, he gets the carry, and he'll get some yardage there, just a couple, over to the right-hand side. He is brought down. Now we got some flags coming in.
Yeah, Vontae Lockhart on the stop. This is going to come after the play, but we'll see if it's someone finishing a block or if it's against the Falcons, obviously, or the officials kind of come together.
So 77 for the Mustangs. Found his way downfield.
Yep.
And Halston Fergilis, he is a sophomore out of Queens, New York. Another big daddy, 6'3", 300 pounds.
He might be the guilty party here.
He might be.
So they're moving this from the 26, so a 4-yard. So they called a dead ball personal foul. Moved it all the way back to the 42-yard line.
And as you mentioned, that discipline is so important in these games when you have, you know, some teams that get after it a little bit.
Yep.
And Falcons and Mustangs both do. But this is a great situation now for the Falcons. Can they bring a little heat, cause a little trouble in that backfield on Applewhite? Applewhite will end up giving O'Sullivan over on that right-hand side, gets a few yardage.
Nasir Dean on the tackle.
And Nasir Dean on the stop there. Nasir's getting a lot more time as the season goes on. There's a 4-yard pickup there and makes it 3rd and forever. Now these are the downs, John, obviously 3rd and long, where you can't give it up if you're Lackawanna College. You need to keep everybody in front of you. You need to get off the field here. You can't let Monroe keep this drive alive.
So receivers to both sides, 2 and 2. O'Sullivan in the backfield in a pistol look. Now he'll come up, go right alongside Applewhite. Let's see what Applewhite can draw up here. Looking to throw. He's got a screen. Figuring that. O'Sullivan across the middle. He might be dangerous enough to get the first down. A little bit more. Flag comes in, and he'll go out of bounds. But this should go against.
Block in the back. Has to be. There's 3 flags that were thrown, but I think this is going to be a block in the back on the receiver. He didn't have to do anything. He just stood there and almost set a pick. It would have been easy for O'Sullivan to pick that up, but he pushed from behind. That, I think, is what the officials are going to call here.
This will drive Terry Carr crazy over there on the Monroe sideline.
Wait a minute. They called roughing the passer against Lackawanna College and a block in the back against Monroe, so the penalties will offset.
Replay the down.
Yep, and the down will get replayed. So you don't want to pick up a penalty, but not a bad thing to happen there if you're Lackawanna College.
Third down.
All things considered, have that reset and have it happen again. Make Monroe do it again. And now you obviously have to be aware that the screen is a possibility.
And run it
with
again?
This team, yeah.
Why not? It was successful for you.
So if you're Lackawanna College, you have to keep that in the back of your mind as well, not to rush too far upfield or anything like that. Make sure you're staying home.
So a different look here with 3 receivers over to the left-hand side, including Halim Dixon King in the slot on this far left-hand side. Applewhite looking to the right for single coverage. Got his dude. He's right near the sticks. I think it's enough for a first down.
No, he's well short because that was the first stick.
Wrong stick.
Now I mean, unless that's who he knew he was throwing to, I don't necessarily understand why you throw there.
Why would you throw to the first stick?
Maybe it's 2-down territory for them.
Not only do you throw off the announcer, but you're short of the first down.
It's fourth down.
It's an 11-yard pickup as they're able to complete the pass. But it must just be that they're in 2-down territory here.
So now they move 7 Dixon King over to the right-hand side. He'll be guarded out there by Hackett. Here comes Applewhite. He's going to throw this thing to the end zone. He's got a wide-open guy, flag down. It's going to be holding against the Falcons.
Applewhite's pass.
Yeah, a couple flags come out. I think you're right.
Sardine on the cover.
You can see one of the officials defensive holding. So the second time on this drive, the Falcons have given up a first down on a penalty.
Got a little more than a handful of flags tonight so far, Tom.
Yeah, Falcons already with their third. Monroe College has 6 already so far in the contest. Yeah, defensive holding against the Falcons.
I mean, you do what you got to do because he was beat.
Yep.
And he put his hands on him. Didn't catch it, but you're still going to get a first down here for the Mustangs. So you live to fight another down here, and they'll have 4 of them.
Yeah, now it's to the 18-yard line, it looks like here. So moving quickly on the 10-yard penalty.
So they got a tight end kind of like in perfect position for maybe a little bit of a shuffle pass or something over on the left. They fake it to him. They throw the slant. They got a guy at the 2. He's going to bounce around and get into the end zone. And Monroe scores a touchdown.
That one complete to Brand. Running the slant. There are some penalty markers down, so we'll see who it's on.
And
Applewhite exchanging some words with some Lackawanna player right now as everybody kind of gets split up.
That flag in the backfield of all things. So
yeah,
either in an area holding or a personal foul back there.
Yep. Personal foul, roughing the passer against the Falcons. And then a personal foul after the play, I believe, against the Falcons. So the touchdown's good.
So Dwayne Grantham having an extended conversation.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. I was waiting for the official to signal the touchdown was good.
Yep.
So back-to-back personal fouls. First the roughing the passer and then the personal foul after it against Lackawanna College.
So Grantham over there really pleading his case to the official. I'm thinking maybe something happened, and he's saying, hey, listen, I wouldn't have did this if this happened. But nonetheless, there's points for the Mustangs right now. They're going for the extra point. You got to move on at this point. But, you give the little heady conversation saying, hey, look for this.
18-yard touchdown pass, Applewhite to Brand to pick that up. And Nakima on to kick here.
So I'm good with hand signals. I'm not good with a bunch of other stuff tonight, but it looks like on the kickoff, they'll enforce that penalty.
I am assuming the official didn't necessarily signal that.
Well,
but
he was looking. He went like this, all right? You can't see this in the booth, but. So as you say, Nakima is the extra point guy. He's pretty good, pretty strong.
Look good on that one.
5'8", $175. Boots are through. 14-7. Falcons still lead. We'll be right back.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference. In your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Oh, here we go. That short little kickoff will go out of the end zone, and the Falcons will start out.
First and 10 Falcons from their own 25.
Yeah, so obviously the roughing the passer penalty was declined, and they accepted the penalty after the play that forced the ball to be kicked from the 50 there. So Lackawanna College will start over from their own 25-yard line, and so far so good offensively for Lackawanna College, John. 3 drives, 2 touchdowns, 1 that ended on a turnover and downs deep in Monroe territory. So they're moving the ball, but now Monroe's got a touchdown. They got a little momentum on their side. This is where Lackawanna College has to come back, and whether it's a long drive that ends in a touchdown or they hit a big play, they got to keep things moving here offensively.
The blitz showing here. Let's see what happens. That is Michael Lufiel trying to see if he can bait the Falcons a little bit there.
About 4 minutes and 14 seconds on that drive for Monroe.
Is that Palmer trying to go
Yep.
forward, who gets up to the 30-yard line after bouncing around a little bit?
Ball carrier.
Yeah, sometimes they'll run him. They don't do it very often, but sometimes they'll give him the ball and let him run a little bit, a little change of pace, and he picks up about 4 yards on the play.
So it'll be second down and about 6 3/4. A couple of receivers over to the right-hand side. Palmer's kind of walking towards Barry Brown, but he'll stay in that slot over on that left-hand side. Here is Brown on the snap. Throws a deep ball all over 2 guys covering.
Yeah, good coverage there for Monroe. They had 2 guys covering Delvin Palmer, and he just could not split between them there. It's a really, really good job by Monroe defending that. He's had Andrew Harden out there, Peyton Edwards as well, not allowing Palmer to get between them and get down the seam.
Totally looked like the Falcons were in control in the first quarter. Right now, you don't have that feeling.
No.
You're feeling like, okay, Monroe's getting back into this game. You'd like to get, a chain gang mover here if you could.
Yep, you gotta pick up the first down here.
So Brown now looking to throw. Throws a deep out. Got his guy, and it's complete near the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. So the Falcons will be able to move those sticks.
Brown's pass.
Fonzo Ferre on the catch, about 15 yards from the looks of it, depending on where they spot him, but that's exactly what they need to make it 14 yards, but nice pickup there to Fonzo.
So now 3 receivers over to the right-hand side. They'll have Evans in that backfield right next to Barry Brown.
Brown already with 148 yards passing.
So now Evans changes sides, goes over to the right-hand side. They move that H-back, Purdy, in a little closer. They try to follow him. And it'll be a nice carry into Mustang territory right beyond the 49-yard line.
Xavion Evans on the carry picks up 9 yards, and as you mentioned, gets into Mustang territory. Evans has a little power in him, John, and he can run people over when he needs to. He's got good speed, too. That's a nice pickup.
So Monroe changing things up, guys going to one side, the other, still showing that forefront.
And what Lackawanna is doing, John, is they're lining up fast, and they're not allowing Monroe to substitute or get anybody in there, so then they can see what Monroe's in, look to the sideline, and call their play from there.
So Xavion Evans moves over to the left-hand side. Now a fake little jab step, goes right. He's just got to get a yard. He's not going to get it.
Yeah.
Nice job by the defense.
Yeah, swallowed up. That's good pursuit there by Monroe, not allowing him to get beyond, and really, really good push on the offense or on the defensive side of the ball there. Nick Evans, 6'4", 265 from Boston, in on the stop. No gain for Evans.
Third down and short. Brown now will just bringing everybody in a tight set here. Still only got 4 down linemen right now.
Yeah.
Monroe. Go
Now,
right under center and just,
Now they're 2x2, but they're stacked in, and as you mentioned, they're tight on the line. As Lackawanna College, and now an official on the far side blows everything dead here with under 9 to play.
I don't know if we're going to get a reset on the play clock or something else happened.
Well, the play clock hasn't been on. They haven't
just thinking
really
on their
running it.
on their watch.
Not sure if maybe something wasn't right, and well, now they
got the ball set.
Yeah, they say, okay, we're good.
So, no play clock to Tom's point. Hasn't been running here tonight in the stadium, but still got the watch in the back. Barry Brown's still going to throw it. Now he's going to run it, and he's got enough for the first down.
Smart. That's a great job by Barry. And an even better job, you pick up the first down, slide because he knows there's pressure coming, grab those 3 yards to get to the 45. Lackawanna, John, is 4 of 5 on 3rd down already in this game.
So now Monroe showing. They're going to try to get right in their face. So just a different twist here out of the Falcons offense with 8:16 to go here in the first half. They give it straight forward, and they'll get just a couple of yards forward.
They've been running Evans quite a bit. That's a 3-yard pickup for him.
So Squire got a bunch of carries and caught a nice pass out of the backfield that went pretty far. Now it's Evans getting a little more action. 3 receivers over to the left now for Barry Brown and the Falcons, with Evans over to his right.
We have yet to see Isaiah Edwards, too, who will also get some carries, has done so far this season for the Falcons.
Coming off the edge here. They'll throw it right over the middle. It's intercepted. Nice job by the linebacker, number 33, going down that right-hand side. That is Michael Lucien, or Michelle Lucien, if you will, out of Union, New Jersey.
And that's the first mistake by Barry Brown in a long time there. He got a little too eager to throw that ball over the middle. The linebacker never vacated. He was trying to hit Purdy on the seam, and Lucien just did a great job sitting there watching the quarterback, pretty much telegraphed where he was going to go, picks him off. Huge turnover from Monroe College. Sets the Mustangs up in good field position here at about the Lackawanna 46-yard line.
So 14-7 is the count, but is momentum time here for the Mustangs of Monroe right now after that turnover.
He just couldn't happen. Cannot have that on that drive there. And now this is the worst thing that Lackawanna can have happen here is Monroe with the football driving to tie.
Applewhite with an offset pistol over to the right-hand side at the Falcons right near the 45-yard line. They'll give them about 1.
Sullivan maybe on the carry there. Hatchett in there. Harold O'Neill, the linebacker, coming in to make the play as well. Pickup of around 2.
Yeah, O'Neill for that defense out of Harrisburg High School.
He's a little more traditional of a linebacker than maybe necessarily Dwayne Grantham, but he flies to the football just as well.
Applewhite, he's going to pirouette out of that. He's got plenty of athleticism. He's going to roll to his sideline. Got a wide open receiver, and it's going to be a first down.
That's a nice play from Applewhite. A little sidearm pass out there to the edge and picks up his receiver.
Looks like Robinson, 83.
Yep.
So Jamerrill Robinson, 6'3", 195 pounds, out of Randolph, Massachusetts.
13 yards on the pickup.
So it'll be first down at the 31-yard line, and the Mustangs trying to put this together to tie this ball game up.
This is where the Lackawanna defense would really benefit from forcing a turnover of their own. They have not done that so far this year. They've done a little bit of that, but that's not been their calling card.
It's been their MO the last couple years, and that is broken up. How about that jump in the route? He jumped over the receiver.
That was close. I tell you what, Isaiah Hackett timed that pretty well. You might have been able to throw a flag for pass interference. The official did not, thankfully, for Lackawanna College. Turns into a good defensive play.
So we have William Hackett out of Trenton, New Jersey. Wears 33. We got Isaiah Hackett. He's out of Youngstown, Ohio. Wears number 10.
And don't forget Cottrell Hatchett, who's on the defensive line, and you're number 0 right there.
I think there's a new Hatchet factory up here in the Scranton area, too. So, all right, a couple of receivers to each side. Again, Applewhite in this pistol look will bring up his running back, O'Sullivan, right next to him. Applewhite will look. He's got a give and go, a stop and go, a touchdown home run. Did he catch it?
Wow.
He did.
Wow, Dixon King comes down with that one. In between defenders. That is an impressive pitch and catch from 31 yards out. And again, a little sidearm action there from Applewhite as he just kind of winged that one and let it go. And
he's got great touch. Shalim Dixon King on the other end of that. I mean, you throw beyond a couple of defenders, you get it right before the back of the end zone, and you just make your athlete make a catch, and he did. So the 13th point is on the scoreboard here for the Mustangs trying to fight back.
And that's where the turnover comes back to haunt Lackawanna College.
And the kick is up, and it is good. 14 apiece. 5:58 to play in the first half. We'll be right back.
You won't find Changing the World listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is one of the region's most comprehensive nursing programs, specialized and tailored to fit those wanting to get started on the career path as a registered nurse or current registered nurses. Our programs are designed and taught by experienced nursing professionals, so no matter where you are in your journey, you can pursue your associate or RN to BSN degree in nursing right here at Lackawanna College. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Changing the world starts with you. And at Lackawanna College, we can help you put yourself on the path forward by helping you develop the knowledge and skills to help build a strong foundation, to make a difference in people's lives every day in rewarding fields like occupational therapy assistant. Because when it comes to changing the world, we believe it starts with you. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawannacollege.edu today. Oil and gas job.
We are back here at Scranton Memorial as the Mustangs of Monroe College have tied things up. Early momentum here for Lackawanna College, but it's been Mustang time. Here is Russell on that left-hand side, falling forward up near the 27, maybe the 28-yard line.
I was going to say this is the time for Cohen Russell or Delvin Palmer to kind of spark that Lackawanna offense back into gear, and they were about a tackle or two away from doing that. End up picking up decent yardage. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. And that's where Lackawanna College will take over on this drive. But if you're Barry Brown, you got to forget about that. You can't think about that. You knew Monroe was going to come back into this game. They're too good not to. So you got to forget about the interception and get your team back up and running here.
Antoine Squire checks back into the backfield here for Lackawanna College. They got a player to come off here as now they'll bring over number 23 once again, Purdy on this other side. Brown will roll to his right. Little flood route. He's got his guy right near the 45-yard line. Palmer spins out, makes somebody miss.
Yep, that's a well-designed play. It got the defense to come up because they thought it was going to go out into the flat. Instead, it opens up that out route for Palmer, and he picks up a good chunk of change out to the 46-yard line, an 18-yard pickup.
And Mark Duda right now trying to discipline his guys, saying, listen, we don't need any trash talk right now.
Nope.
And then that guy missed over there. We need to keep it clean. We do not need a penalty. We need a score. We need some momentum. So that's what Duda's been so effective here at Lackawanna College.
Yep.
He's got guys that, they'll play on the edge sometimes, but he knows how to hold them back.
Yep.
So here is Barry Brown now on 1st and 10 to his running back. Squire goes up to the 50-yard line.
And Squire took a pop there as he got to midfield, but pops back up just as quick, and good run there. I thought with the pressure coming up the middle, it would have been tough for Lackawanna to gain yardage, but the rush pretty much went by Squire, and he was able to almost get to the second level there.
He's got that far slot guy. Nobody's on him right now. Man, I like that open look. Just little bubble route out there to Palmer. Get a block on the edge, and maybe you could spring your guy down the sideline, and it's a one-on-one with that safety.
Yeah, the safety is starting to shade over there just a little bit, but you're right. He's uncovered at the line, or really the linebacker's the kind of the one there, but don't forget Russell's right there as well.
So a little screen look over here, and they're coming right up on Squire. So that was a really good job from the safety, Cade White. No, actually, they call him an outside linebacker, but playing a little bit more.
He's kind of that overhang that Grantham is, right? And he did a good job. They had such good success with the pass to Squire the last time. They tried to go with that there, and it doesn't work out. Big third down coming up here now for the Falcons.
So third down and a positive play needed here for the Falcons, or I'm going to hear Josh Pardini's foot again on my head. He is a good thumper up there on the press box. We throw a nice little out route right beyond the
nice
sticks.
Catch. Good hands. And that is right on the line. That's exactly as many as they needed, right on the 5 yards they needed to pick up there.
That was Josiah Purdy. Well, Purdy makes the catch instead of just being a decoy back there at that H-back position. He goes out and does what he can do. He's got skill.
Yep.
And makes the catch, and it's a chain gang mover here, although be it a small chain gang move. There's 3:24 on the clock, and the Falcons will take every one they could get all the way to the end zone here.
Yeah, now 3:17 to go.
Little running play, almost a draw, if you will.
Might have been DeAndre Scott on the carry.
Yeah, another running back into the mix. That looks like DeAndre Scott out of Stafford, Virginia.
Yep, 28. DeAndre's got good speed, and he picks up 9 on that play.
Yeah, that was explosion, that's for sure. Come back, do you run the same play? Second down and just 1 here. And look over to the sideline.
You stay patient now if you're Lackawanna. Again, if you're Barry Brown, you got to stay patient, trust your offense. Don't telegraph what you're doing. Just keep doing what you guys are doing, mixing in and out with good runs and passes here.
Here comes the call. The backer showing blitz. Double fire there, but making a little shake and a bake and enough for a first down. Goes Stafford or DeAndre Scott.
Yep. Picks up the 2 he needed to move the chains further. That's the 12th first down of the game for the Falcons as they get into about the 33-yard line, it looks like. So they're going to give him 3 yards on that carry.
John Medola and Tom Ferguson with you tonight here on the Lackawanna College Falcons Athletic Network, giving you live college football. 2 nationally ranked teams tonight. Number 1, Snow College, goes down today, and it's all up for grabs right now. And the Falcons will match up with Snow College very shortly.
Yeah, a couple weeks, November 6th.
Here is a bombs away, Lorraine. Got his guy in the end zone.
Wow.
Touchdown.
I think that's Colby Young again coming down with it.
Touchdown.
So Colby Young down that sideline. Did not miss a beat in stride. Perfect play by Barry Brown.
Perfect pass by Brown, and Colby Young hand-fighting one-on-one coverage. Able to bring that one in. That is an impressive catch. Tiptoes the sideline there as he comes down with it. That's good. That's a great-looking play.
Brown the whole stretch to snap.
So a couple players come off, and hopefully they got the right amount out here right now for the Falcons, as Cam Akers will look to pound this through with a $1:52 on the clock. And the kick is up and good. 21-14. We'll come back and talk about the touchdown in a moment here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu. We never set out to change the world, but at Lackawanna, we see our graduates doing it every day. In healthcare fields like surgical technology, our graduates are making an impact, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of countless patients and their families. Changing the world. It's really a simple matter of making life better for others, and there's no better place to start than Lackawanna College. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today.
We're back here at Scranton Memorial. 21-14 the score. We are in quarter number 2 with less than 2 minutes to go, and the Mustangs will return this out to the 32-yard line.
Robinson on the return.
And Robinson taking that one out.
Robinson's made some plays tonight as a receiver and a return guy.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if the defense can now step up and make a play. They've been close. What would you say? 3 balls they've jumped. They were close on 3.
Yeah, I would
one of these get that first turnover. I mean, that's been the theme of this Falcon defense for the years, has been turnover. They've been turnover machines.
And that just has not been the case so far this season. They haven't been their usual ball hawking selves. So you'd love, obviously, as a Lackawanna fan, you'd love to see them try to make that happen here. Now, keep in mind, Monroe gets the ball back to start the half as well. They got 2 timeouts remaining here.
Brand, the receiver, out here far wide, short snap. And Applewhite throws it into the turf. Is it a fumble? And
now
it's like a ground ball for a first down?
He spiked that as if he was throwing it. Now, a flag came out, too. Now, he didn't throw it to anybody in particular. He was under. There's a lot the officials have to try to unpack here. But I thought that was a pass. I thought his arm went forward as if that was a pass.
I agree with you. Grounding? I mean, he literally just took it and threw it right into the ground.
He's under duress. He stepped up. He was still in the pocket. Let's see what the officials say.
Chop block?
Doesn't matter. Chop block. So that's going to hurt Monroe, obviously. Now, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. It's a 15-yard penalty. So knocks it back to the 17 here.
You got a few timeouts here.
Yeah, 7th penalty called against Monroe.
So let's see if the Falcon defense can turn up the heat. Still first down. And a quarter mile. They got to get to the 42.
Yeah, you really, this is big now for Lackawanna College. You got to keep everything in front of you. You can't let them get too many chunk plays here.
O'Sullivan comes up. It is Applewhite. He'll scramble, try to get by one guy, gets by a couple. Now he's got some open real estate in the center of the field, up near the 28-yard line.
Yeah, he's shifty. Is Applewhite, as he's able to get by a couple defenders there and got away from some of the defensive linemen and got out to about the 27, but there's a Falcon who's down to try to chase him down. That might be Harold O'Neill.
Great hustle out of the Falcon training staff. I mean, he sprints out there. He doesn't fool around.
They weren't waiting, the minute they saw that.
So Duda will talk to the defense. They'll check on the injured player with 1:04 on the clock.
Looks like he's back up. So Harold maybe rolled an ankle there. Maybe he just lost his breath there for a second. But I tell you, I'm impressed with Applewhite, John, because he's got good pocket presence.
Yes.
He's not afraid to stay in the pocket, make a throw with people at his feet, and you saw it there. Even when he has to dance around a little bit, he's shifty enough to make guys miss, get up, and kind of climb the ladder in the pocket, get out, and pick up 11 yards. That's a nice pickup there for Monroe College. Kind of puts them back in a position where they can get it second and third manageable possibly here.
Yeah, so 1:04 on the clock. You sprinkle up some kind of gadget play. You don't necessarily need to.
No,
but, you got to think, hey, you love to try to match scores here with the Falcons at this point.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful with what you do as we're under a minute to play, but...
So 3 linemen, 2 backers are going to bring the heat on Applewhite. Ball's tipped, and it's going to be short of the receiver.
Yeah, that might have been Dwayne Grantham that got a hand on it. He kind of came off the edge. I don't know if it was him or it might have been one of the defensive linemen that got a big hand up, maybe Tyler Gross or somebody there. But good job by the Falcons. And now 3rd down, as you can hear the bell behind us.
49.8 seconds on the clock.
And most importantly, John, it stops the clock without a timeout coming off the board for Lackawanna College.
Great point, Tom, as we cling to a 7-point lead here for the Falcons. 2 nationally ranked teams, the Mustangs, the Falcons. O'Sullivan, little dribbler back there. Who's going to keep it? It's Applewhite over on the right-hand side. He falls down, and now's your timeout.
Yep. Grantham did a great job there as Applewhite had an opportunity as he tried to cut out, and Grantham was pretty much waiting for it. Waiting for him on the edge, just waiting for everybody to clear here as there was some exchanging of dinner plans, I think, towards the end there.
And that's where you tell your teammate, hey, button it up right now. Let's keep it the way it is and try to get this ball back and see if we can pull a trick.
Yeah, loss of about 2 on the play on the Applewhite run there. But again, broken play. You've got Applewhite, who we've already seen make a couple people miss, running out to the right. Grantham has to make that open field tackle, and he does, and it's a big stop. So now you have one timeout remaining if you're Lackawanna College. You got two dangerous return men back there as well. The wind has kind of died down a little bit here, John. It was blowing right to left, as you can see it on the YouTube channel, but that has not been the case. There's no wind out there.
No, temperature is very comfortable here in the press box. We're used to 95 in this press box, Tom. This is gorgeous at night here in October. So Palmer now waiting with Russell. This will go towards Palmer. He'll fair catch it at the 38-yard line. And that is where the Falcons will be.
Might have had an opportunity to return that if you wanted to, but still gives his team a shot. 36.8 from their own 39-yard line here for Lackawanna College. Now, you have to be careful, too, if you're Lackawanna. Don't force the issue. You have the lead, so do what you can, but don't try to force something downfield.
Where's Young? I mean, he's the guy catching the touchdowns.
That's a good point.
He's not in right now.
Looks like they have Scott lined up in the slot right now. So Scott's out there along with Antoine Squire.
Three receivers over to the right-hand side. They'll actually mark this right at the 40. So you got a little advantage there with his foot up. Brown throws it. It's going to be a double pass. Here's Russell. He's going to whiff this thing in the air. He's got an arm to... No. Offensive pass interference. Nothing. He held the defensive guy.
Nothing. Probably right. Both players kind of caught up with each other there. Probably the right call not to throw anything on anybody there.
Josh Dodd, 85 was the guy there, not 86.
Yes. This time it was Josh Dodd that was the intended receiver. But that was well covered, by the way, by Monroe. They had two players pretty much right on Dodd. Didn't fall for that. Russell with a decent pass kind of got hung up a little bit. And again, I think that's a good no call by the officials.
It was nice to see just somebody else throw the football. Russell, decent arm, right? Nice little gadget play.
No, yeah. I mean, like it floated on him, but he had the distance there.
29.6 seconds here on the clock. Two receivers to each side. It'll be Barry Brown with 60 yards to pay dirt. Here comes a big daddy lineman, and he is sacked at a pack by number 27 back there.
Yep.
Jonathan Weir.
Inside linebacker coming up to make his stop. And now... This is probably where, if you're Lackawanna, you're cool with this clock running. I'm surprised Monroe's not calling a timeout here. But they're going to be content to let this thing run out just like Lackawanna is.
So it is 21-14. We'll head to the half. The Falcons in front. Tom Ferguson with us. I'm John Mandola, and we are proud to give you the Falcons here in the Lackawanna College Athletic Network. We'll get to an interview coming up in a little bit, and take a little break. We'll be back here at...
En Lackawanna College no estamos aquí para cambiar el mundo, pero cambiaremos su forma de pensar, cómo ataca los problemas y supera las limitaciones, cómo se esfuerza por convertir los desafíos en oportunidades. Es una experiencia que cambiará su vida y tal vez entonces puedas cambiar el mundo. Esto cambia la vida. Este es Lackawanna College.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu. You won't find changing the world listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is one of the region's most comprehensive nursing programs, specialized and tailored to fit those wanting to get started on the career path as a registered nurse or current registered nurses. Our programs are designed and taught by experienced nursing professionals, so no matter where you are in your journey, you can pursue your associate or RN to BS BSN degree in nursing right here at Lackawanna College. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Changing the world starts with you. And at Lackawanna College, we can help you put yourself on the path forward by helping you develop the knowledge and skills to help build a strong foundation, to make a difference in people's lives every day in rewarding fields like occupational therapy assistant. Because when it comes to changing the world, we believe it starts with you. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawannacollege.edu today.
So welcome back to the Lackawanna College Athletic Network. I'm Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director. 21-14 is the score. It's the Falcons on top of the Mustangs here. We're at halftime, and it's Lackawanna College, the number 11 team in the NJCAA, the most recent polls, taking on the number 12 team, the Monroe College Mustangs. I had an opportunity to talk to the quarterback from Lackawanna College, Barry Brown, earlier this week as part of our Athlete of the Week series on Falcons Corner. Hear what he had to say right now. Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director for Lackawanna College, and we're continuing our interviews with our Athletes of the Week. We've got Barry Brown from the football team joining us. And Barry, you guys had 2 games in a week. You had the Army JV game last Monday and then the game against MTI on Saturday, but 8 touchdown passes for you, over, what was it, about 550, almost 600 yards passing in those games as well. And obviously, most importantly, 2 big wins for you guys. How did it feel coming out of those games?
Well, coming out of the Army game, I felt like we accomplished a lot. You know, offensive wise, we stepped up what we normally would do. And going into the MTI game, we were able to like give our backups some exposure because you know the score in halftime was 40-6, so they were allowed to take us out so we can take a breath.
Yeah, so you guys got obviously some valuable time for some of the younger guys and some of the new guys and getting them some valuable reps. But let's talk about that Army game first, because that was a classic college football game. And you know, towards the end of the game, what's going through your mind? Because you have that interception, Army goes down to the 1 and scores. You guys are down by 11 with 6.5 to play. And all I heard on the sideline from guys was, this is not over yet. This is not over yet. Like, how did you guys kind of use that mindset to get back in and obviously come away with the win?
Truth, because I believe we were all raised, but it's not over until like the last whistle blows. So we all kept fighting and playing what we have to do. We all took our own role and like accomplished what we had to accomplish.
You've got obviously a really good core of receivers to throw to this year. How much of a cheat code does it feel like sometimes to have guys like Cohen Russell or Delvin Palmer that can just blow the top off the defense like they do?
Well, it's more than just them, honestly. Cohen Russell, Cohen and DP, you know, they're fast and they can catch the ball.
Yeah.
But if I really need to go up top, you know, we still got Kobe Young, we got Fonzo, and we got Josh and Jawan.
Well, I mean, look at all these guys that are big, that all have good hands. I mean, that's a luxury for you as a quarterback, right?
I love that, and honestly, I know I can go to any one of them and they'll catch that.
Feel like you can make mistakes sometimes throwing it and they can make up for that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but how exciting was that for you guys on Monday, playing at Army up there at Mikey Stadium? You know, on campus, on post, all like the built that, like there's a ton of history that's been there too. Like that must have just been fun just to play there, right?
Yeah, for a lot of people, that's including myself. That's my first time playing in an actual stadium like that. Like, it was lovely watching the campus, like driving around, seeing how everything was, and playing in a stadium like that, like where it's echoes from everything, the wind blowing, like it was beautiful. And then
you guys had the home opener on Saturday against MTI. Came out all business in the first half. Were able to obviously come away with a big margin, like you said, and got some of the young guys' experience. But how did it feel to be back playing at home in front of fans too? You know, in the fall, because obviously that didn't happen last year, and you guys had the one spring home game. So how did that feel to kind of be back at Scranton Memorial?
Playing back at there felt like more of a revenge type thing. Even though it wasn't snow that we played, it still felt like we had to make up for that loss we had for snow.
Right.
And it was like more of, we have to win and we have to go score as much as we can.
Right. And obviously that's what happened, 53-13 the final, so you get that win. And now coming up, you guys got Monroe under the lights on Saturday night and in Memorial Stadium, 2 ranked teams. I mean, how much are you guys already looking forward to that game?
I'm really looking forward because that can boost us in the rankings wise, so we have another chance to play in the Natty. Like playing Monroe is another step closer to actually playing and making it to the playoffs for JUCO.
Right. What are you? Obviously, you guys want to play for a national championship. Hopefully, that's kind of the goal. But what's kind of your goal as the season moves forward? What you'd like to see from your team?
Well, I want to see all of us honestly get offers and be able to play at higher schools.
Yeah.
Good higher schools, honestly, and win one game at a time for real.
Yeah, just focus one game at a time. And what do you do for it's game day, time to focus in, time to lock in and get ready? What's kind of your routine? Do you have any rituals? Do you have music, specific songs you need to listen to? What do you do?
Honestly, from when I wake up to right before we leave to get out the locker room, I only listen to gospel music.
Okay.
It's like to relax my body, make me feel at ease.
Yeah. Okay. So that kind of just focuses you and gets your head in the right space and all that.
Yeah.
What about food-wise on game day? Is there certain meal you have to eat? Something you have to do?
There's no certain food I have to eat. I just know, I like to breakfast time. I know I do like to eat. So.
Okay. All right. So you like to breakfast is your time, and that's what you use. What about on campus here? Is there a certain go-to you have to have throughout the week? Something you rely on in the CAF?
Tenders.
Chicken tenders?
Chicken tenders.
Everybody keeps talking about those. I haven't gotten them yet.
It's every Friday. That's one thing we can look forward to.
Okay, all right. What about around town here in Scranton? Have you gone out to any restaurants or anything like that yet, or no?
Nah, I really don't go out.
Okay, all right, cool. So, big game ahead with Monroe. Hopefully some other big games. You guys are traveling out to Utah later this season. You're going down to Georgia too to take on Georgia Military College at the end of the year. That should be a fun one too. We look forward to seeing what you guys are able to do. Congrats on winning Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And good luck the rest of the way. So there's Barry Brown, who was our Athlete of the Week. We got a chance to talk to him. We also got a chance to talk to one of our esports athletes who was the Athlete of the Week previously, Masai DeJesus from the Overwatch squad. Here's what he had to say. Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director for Lackawanna College, and we're here doing our Athlete of the Week interviews on Falcons Corner. We didn't get a chance to talk to him last week. We wanted to make sure we got him in this week. We've got Masai DeJesus from the Overwatch squad, had a big win, got Coach Bob D his first win 2 weeks ago as the head coach, and got you guys your first win of the season. He's Lord Yakuza, that's his gamer tag, one of my favorite gamer tags I've seen so far. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's how big was it for you guys? You get the season underway and all that, but you get out, you get that first win of the year. I know it's been some tough competitions for you guys, but to get that first win a couple weeks ago, how'd that feel for you?
It felt pretty good, to be honest. I remember the first scrims that we lost. I was devastated because I was like, I can't compete with these people. They are too good.
Yeah.
And the team really supported me up. They had my back. And I didn't end it by myself. It was because of them. Mm-hmm. I actually thought of quitting the team because I couldn't do anything. But they support me, they hype me up in the moments. Honestly, it was because of them that I'm here.
So because of that support, everything, you guys were able to get a win, and season starting to get underway and all that. I mean, we had this conversation with Caden a couple weeks ago from Rocket League when he was the Athlete of the Week, but how did you get involved? Like, how did it come to be where you're like, you know what, not only am I going to go to college and play video games, but I'm going to be a part of a team that competes collegiately. How did that happen for you?
I remember that I was registering for the college, mm-hmm. and the lady told me that you guys have an esports team. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm registering. But Teddy was not there. I couldn't meet him that day. And then I had to wait to the orientation to meet him.
Yeah.
And then when I met him, he told me that I could join. I talked to people in the Discord chat, and that's how basically I'm here.
What was it that kind of drew you to it? What was it that kind of clicked for you and you were like, you know what, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do?
Oh, basically the people that I play online with, they are so toxic in the online. And when I found these people that were so nice to me, they picked me up like they didn't know everything, nothing about me.
Yeah.
And they picked me up like I'm their best friend. And that actually felt really good to me.
Yeah. So why Overwatch? How did that kind of become the game that you're kind of specializing in, if you will?
It was during COVID that I actually had nothing else to do instead play video games.
Sure.
And my friend told me that I should try that game because he was playing like a lot. He would play like 8 hours a day. And I'm like, all right, let's play. Mm-hmm. And then we start playing it. I play a lot on the PS4, and I'm new to PC. That's why I couldn't compete at the beginning.
Sure, yeah.
It was very hard, the transition from console to PC, but I managed to do it.
And it just kind of clicked from there, and it was something you really enjoyed. And obviously you've taken it to Lackawanna College here, and you're part of the Esports program. Have you always been someone who's been into video games and into kind of playing that stuff?
Yeah, since I was 6 years old. I remember playing the old Counter-Strike, the 1.6. It was a lot. That game, it was my favorite, the first shooter that I played.
Okay.
On PC.
So are those the games you kind of like to play, like those first-person shooters, those kinds of games? What's your favorite game, maybe other than Overwatch? What's your favorite game that you've played in that kind of realm?
It was not a shooter. It was a fighting game, actually.
Okay.
It was the Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that I played because Dragon Ball was like my childhood.
Yeah,
back then. And like I said that it's Dragon Ball and a video game, all connected. I'm gonna play it.
Now was that kind of like the Dragon Ball version of like Mortal Kombat in a way? Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel like I've played it before. I might have played it with my friends or something like that on some forgotten night. So that's cool. That's awesome. So where are you from originally?
I was born in Dominican Republic, but I feel like I'm raised in New York because that's where I met my family again.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically all that I knew when I started to be like grown man, it was in New York.
Was in New York. That's kind of where your formative years, if you will. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Your gamer tag mentioned at the beginning, Lord Yakuza. Where did that come from?
Actually came from an anime. The Yakuza gang, they usually they offer protection to a business, but you gotta pay them a lot. And actually I was like, damn, you're getting free bodyguard. Like they usually you pay them taxes basically for protection. And actually that status, I really liked it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I had to put a word that he's a big status with the Yakuza game. It was like, I think a lot of words like king, God, and I was like, Lord. That sounds good. Lord Yakuza.
and then just went from there, right? Yep. It just worked out from there. Do you have, I know it's obviously a little different competing maybe like in, physical sports versus like esports and video games, but do you have like pre-game rituals? Do you have things you have to do to kind of get yourself focused before a match?
I train a little bit on Osu and then I go in a special game mode in Overwatch to train with my favorite character. This is Genji. I remember that I spent like maybe 50 hours on general. 50 hours on that specific game mode just to learn the character.
Just to get used to it and know everything. Do you like listen to music on like game days or when you have big matches coming up or?
Yeah, when I want to hype myself up, I listen to hard music like rap music, hip hop, trap, and the new one, how's it called? I forget. The new genre is popular right now. How could I just forget that? The drill.
Okay, all right. So things that are of high energy, okay, heavy. Okay, cool. Diet's always important, for any athlete. Got to make sure you're eating correctly. What's your favorite thing? What's your go-to meal here on campus?
Oof, you won't believe it. Pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Not bad. No, that's you can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeah, it's a safe
hard.
choice.
It's hard to screw that up.
Yeah.
What about off campus? Have you been around in Scranton, anything like that? What's kind of your go-to?
I eat a lot of Latin food that my mom cooks every day.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So what's kind of your goal? What would you like to see moving forward this season for you guys in Overwatch?
Improvement as a team. Like, not as a team, like, I felt that our teamwork was failing because we didn't know each other. And as time goes by, we get to know each other and the team work by it.
Well, and how important is that in a game like Overwatch? Because it's not something where one person can win, right?
Yeah, it's very important.
Because you need guys that are acting as like the tank to take kind of the damage. You need guys
for
that
example, our main tank Gummy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta predict when he presses the shift button. If you don't predict that, he's going to die. You gotta predict that and help him out.
Right.
Because if he dies, the whole team dies.
Yeah.
So we gotta be aware of him and the support.
Yep. So it's a lot more than just button mashing, right?
Yeah.
It's strategic. So, well, we wish you guys good luck the rest of the way. Congratulations on winning Athlete of the Week with Lackawanna College, and we look forward to seeing what you guys do for the rest of the year. So our thanks to Masai de Jesus there, who was part of our Overwatch squad as well. He won Athlete of the Week before Barry Brown did. The week before, got a chance to talk to both Barry Brown from the football team and Masai earlier this week for Falcons Corner. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half. That's on the way here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations. How you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life. And maybe then, you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Are you looking for a new career in the great outdoors? Lackawanna College's Conservation and Natural Resource Certificate program can train you in just 15 weeks. Through 5 specialized environmental field courses, you'll be ready for a career as a state park or forest ranger, in the regional park system, or even as an environmental educator. Hands-on training is offered at more than a dozen ecologically unique locations in Northeast Pennsylvania. Enroll today at lackawanna.edu to study in Covington Township, Sunbury, or Towanda.
We are back at Scranton Memorial, getting ready to kick this thing away as it's 21-14. The Falcons. John Mandola with you, and Tom Ferguson. You had a busy halftime. You're doing interviews. You're talking to people. You're entertaining, and I'm sure you had a couple moments to think, okay, what do the Falcons need to do to come out and finish this job tonight against a nationally ranked team like Monroe?
Yeah, plenty of things going on up here. But I think the big thing, John, is going to be what happens on this first drive here. Falcons going to be on defense. The defense has played pretty well. They've only given up around 117 yards total in offense so far. Just 94 yards passing for Applewhite so far in the game. 23 yards rushing for Monroe. Just 5 first downs. So the Falcons need to continue this defensive gem that they're putting up right now. They gave up those 2 touchdowns. They were able to come back and score, retake the lead. So they got to keep that defense has to keep up what they're doing. And then when the offense gets the ball, they need to finish their drives. They really need to drive the stake home. But it's all going to start here on this first drive. What did Monroe talk about at halftime that's going to enable them to try to jump back into this game?
Well, can they try to get a special teams play? Can the Falcons get a turnover this half?
That's the thing. That's what Lackawanna needs to do in this half. They get a turnover. That's a big, big start.
All right, so Sakati's kickoff will go down to about the 6-yard line, and they'll get their guy over there, Robinson. Ball pops up and just goes the Mustangs' way.
Yeah.
That was the play.
That was it right there. That ball was up in the air forever, and of course it comes down in the hands of a Mustang as there's an injured Mustang that was away from the play down as the training staff comes out and gets a look at that. But that was the golden opportunity right there. That ball pops up. You got to jump on it. But that's been the problem for Lackawanna College so far. even when the ball is free, they're not the ones getting to it first.
And this appears to be a significant injury right off the get-go here for the Mustangs. This guy's in severe pain.
Yeah, that looks like a right ankle. Didn't see the number on the Mustang on the field, but that looks like a right ankle look. I think that might be Coach Karg that's coming out, too, to get a look at him. It's funny how the success that Coach Karg has had, in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, both at Wyoming Seminary and the Pioneers, and then goes out to New Rochelle to be a part of the start of the program out there with Monroe College, and has had great success there, and then gets to come back every other year to take on Lackawanna College and hook horns with Coach Duda. All these football guys are all familiar with each other and all that, and it's got to be fun for him to come back every once in a while and be involved like that.
So that was...
I think was it Dennis?
I couldn't tell. It looked like 28,
Yep.
but my eyes could deceive me. It could have been 29. Dennis is a starting D-back for Monroe. He's a big player. It looked like he had a lot of pain, and then he was able to hobble off, so maybe he'll just button it up and try to get back on the field. Is that O'Sullivan now behind the quarterback, Applewhite?
Yeah, that's what it looks like here from the 33.
A straight running formation, and he unleashes downfield for about 7-8 yards.
Well, that's good patience from him. He got stacked up in the back originally, but he stayed on his feet, put his hand behind his blocker, cut to his left, and he had space, picks up 9 on the play. That's the biggest run of the day, apart from an Applewhite scramble that Monroe's had.
So early success running the football in one play. Do they commit to it and say, hey, we're going to try to run the football here, see if we can run the football here on this Falcon defense?
Might not be a bad idea if you're Monroe, if you can keep running off chunks like that.
Applewhite will throw now. Slant, covered, and then knocked down.
It might have been Gross that hit that at the line. I think it was Tyler Gross that got his hand up and knocked that free, and that's the second time the defensive line has swatted away a pass from Applewhite.
William Hackett literally was in the pocket of the receiver, Halim Dixon King, if it got there.
I don't know that it was going to go much further for Applewhite and company anyway. Shelton 7 of 12 now so far. He has been under duress, but he's got 94 yards and a pair of touchdown passes.
So here is Appleby on third down. Little quick pitch out to O'Sullivan. He gets the first down out across the 45-yard line.
Yeah, so good run there. Good start for Monroe College as they pick up about the 5-yard, or plenty of what they needed to get out to the 45-yard line. So 3-yard pickup on the play.
Lockhart came over to make the tackle. He's out of Wilson High School.
And he's had to step up in the absence of Jalen Ring, who got hurt in the Army game, and we haven't seen him since then. Lockhart's gotten a lot more time, had that safety against MTI last week. Has played well in the roles that he's been given.
Dixon King will go over to the sideline. So you got Hackett on the short side of the field, William playing press defense, and the cornerback on the opposite side of the field. And they run O'Sullivan, and he got run over like by a truck, and like Hatchet is a truck.
Yeah, Chop has no problem taking him down there, and that's a nice pushback, a 1-yard loss on the play for O'Sullivan.
Playing with some passion there, Cottrell Hatchet. That is a Babumski. Great job there up front by the Falcon defense. Here is Applewhite. He's got receivers a little bit closer to him now.
Yeah, both Dixon King and Nakima are in tight.
Isaiah Hackett right now is about 12 yards off the ball defensively. They're going to try to go to that flat, and they do an out and up, and he beats his guy, but broken up at the last second by Hackett.
It's close, but that's the second or third time Isaiah Hackett has been beat, but he got back in time and is able to just knock that away from Dixon King. That's good defense, and it forces 3rd and long here for Monroe College.
Here's what's strange to me. If I'm Monroe and I'm Terry Carr, Hackett's, he's 12 yards off the ball. Why not just do the out at the sticks? He's got an advantage. His receiver's 6'2". He does the out and up, and Hackett had a little wiggle room back there to kind of run it down.
Yeah, he had time to recover, time to get back on his horse and get back into the play. Big 3rd down coming here, though.
So now let's see what Applewhite does in this offense. Do they try to get a little draw or screen game for O'Sullivan? who had a big run on the first play here in the second half. But since then, the Falcons trying to bottle up. Here's Applewhite. It is a short out route, but it's going to be enough for the first down.
Got to make that tackle if you're Dean there. The linebacker just slipped as he went low to try to make the stop and couldn't hang on. And they end up picking up just enough, about 13 yards, to grab the first down into Falcon territory.
Idrissa Nakima. He is number 1. He's 5'8". He's 175 out of the Bronx, New York. John F. Kennedy High School, and he's also the place kicker. And he's pretty good at that, too.
He's the leading receiver, but that's his first catch of the game.
So O'Sullivan, will we see him now run the football? We do. Up front, first guy misses, second guy doesn't, but they'll get 2 yards.
Yeah, pick up about 2, so 2 first downs already on this drive for Monroe, so they're moving the ball pretty good as they're going to give him a good spot, actually give him 3 yards to the 40.
So a positive gain. And again, we've seen this look pretty much the whole game.
Yep.
A little bit of what the Mustangs of Monroe College are doing as Applewhite will get O'Sullivan kind of lined up behind him in the pistol look. Then he usually goes on the side of him once they try to call the play. So it'll be a side card over on that right-hand side. They'll fake it to him, throw a little slip screen out here, and he'll cut across the middle for a first down. Goes number 7, Dixon King.
Yeah, quick slip screen there as they're going to pick up about 15 to the 25-yard line from the looks of it. And it was almost knocked down at the line by the Falcons bringing pressure off the edge, but little sidearm action there from Applewhite slings it in, and they pick up 15 yards and another first down.
So the Falcon defense needs a play. Who's going to step up for them as Mustangs, again, trying to tie this game. They fought all the way back. Falcons went up a couple of scores in the first half, but Monroe gained a lot of momentum. And then Falcons struck lastly as they give it to O'Sullivan on that left side. Boy, when he gets going, he's got a big head of steam, and he's going to walk in for the score.
O'Sullivan on the carry.
35-yard touchdown run there. Or 25, excuse me. But, yeah, runs off the left edge. And before Lackawanna College knows what to do, John, he's into the secondary, cuts to the right. And Lackawanna College just didn't have the speed at that point as he broke a tackle and was gone.
He looks explosive.
Yep.
I mean, the first half he had a couple of runs, but he looks super energized and just shows the type of player that he is to get them within 1 point now. The extra point pending here from Nakima. Out of the hold of Roman Purcell. Low snap, and the kick is up and beautiful. It's good. So 21 apiece, 10:44 on the clock. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu.
Well, we're going to kick it away. It is Nakima, the receiver and the kicker, and this will go into the end zone. So 21 apiece, 2 nationally ranked teams. Terry Karg on one sideline, Mark Duda on the other sideline, and a whole lot of football still to be played here in the second half, Tom Ferguson.
Yeah, the third of 3 nationally ranked matchups in the NJCAA. You had the first one was a wild one in Kansas with Hutchinson almost pulling off the upset, the number 13 team falling to the number 3 team, Independence. Independence winning that one on the road and a last-second touchdown with 6 seconds remaining to come away the win. And Snow College falling at home to number 4 Iowa Western. 17-14, had a chance to try to win it late, but threw an interception. And now you got this game, 21-all, 10:44 to go third quarter, and Lackawanna Falcon offense needs to answer.
So Barry Brown will send over Purcell, or Purdy that is, over on the right-hand side. He'll fake that, throw it a little run game up the middle with some positive yardage.
And there's Isaiah Edwards. I mentioned that we would probably see him at some point in this game, and he runs between the tackles pretty well for the Falcons. Grabs 7 right there out to the 32.
Another guy at a state college high school. Nice when we get those little Nittany Lions on the roster here at Lackawanna College.
And they play some good football down there. It's in State College, obviously at the 6A level in Pennsylvania. They have to travel to Harrisburg in Dauphin County down there to meet a lot of those 6A schools.
So the Falcons will stack the receivers on the outside. Brown throws a dart over to the right, gets a fabulous block over there on that right-hand side for a first down up across the 40.
Delvin Palmer comes down with the catch, and quick moving play as they're able to get that one out quickly to the 41-yard line, and the Falcons are ready. They're waiting for the umpire to put the ball down so they can get up to the line.
Palmer will come over to this left-hand side. He's got a little more wiggle room over here. Can they do the same thing on this side? So our D-back, number 28, Edmund Dennis, is into the ball game here on this far side.
It's good to see him back.
Still nobody straight up on Palmer. They throw it to him. The slant route is overthrown. Man, he had some real estate there if he was able to come down with that catch, but Brown overshot it.
Yeah, Brown threw high over the middle, which is always dangerous. But if he is on target with that, Palmer might be gone, because I don't think the safety can get back in time to beat him to the edge. He was moving one way, Palmer was going the other way, but the pass was too high. That's a miss, just a miss there from the Falcons.
So interesting scheme here by Monroe with this setup. And the safety now still off of Palmer, but it is second down and 10 here for the Falcons. They're showing that blitz out of the defensive backfield. They'll run the football and right into the blitzer, but it gets a positive yardage.
Yeah, he'll pick up about 3 from the looks of it there from Edwards, but that's going to bring up third down and third and long coming.
I still like you run your outside receiver deep and you do a little bubble route over here, and you got plenty of real estate. Get by that safety.
Well, they got 3 receivers here, but only 2 backers, and showing pressures Monroe on this side of the edge. So Lackawanna has an advantage right now, unless looks like it's Cade White is showing pressure from the edge if he drops back into coverage. But even so, you get him matched up on even the guys in the slot. That might be a mismatch.
Yeah,
here.
White's been coming a lot, but for him to get to the flat, that's a lot to ask. Here's Barry Brown going up top on that right-hand side. Single coverage right out of the defensive back's hands.
Looks like that was intended for Josh Dodd down the sideline there, and he almost had to turn receiver there as that pass wasn't really going to be able to make it here. Now, here's an interesting spot. If you're Lackawanna College, you're near midfield. Doesn't look like the punt team's coming out. So
no.
they look like they might be going for it here.
This is a little scary. You know, they are going to quick kick
they're going to punt it. Yeah, Brown able to punt it away.
And it's pretty. It's going to not take a Lackawanna College bounce you would have hoped, but still down to the 25, you'll take that.
Yeah, and Brown can punt a little bit. He's done that a few times. And there was a question as Cam Cicotti kind of became the punter for the team as well as the kicker, whether or not they were going to make Brown do it or not. But he pooches that one. And so now we'll see here, because that's a big win for the Monroe defense. Gets the Monroe offense back out there. And now 8:27 to go, third quarter, tie game. Mustangs back out on the field. We got a good one going here.
Yeah, and, you got to feel a little bit of confidence coming here from the Mustangs, the way O'Sullivan ran the ball, including the final run, a 25-yard touchdown for him to get the scoring going here in the second half. So he'll start again in that pistol look. He'll be a yard behind Applewhite. He'll get the carry. Right-hand side, he is tackled from behind.
Might have been Dean was the one who got the initial stop. And if you're Lackawanna College, John, you got to be better tackling. That they had some poor tackling on that last drive, and that was kind of enabled the drive to extend, and then O'Sullivan to get into the end zone. So you got to be better, especially in the open field.
So Applewhite, once again, he's got a similar look. He's got some press coverage over on his sideline that Halim Dixon King.
Yeah, looks like Billy Hackett's right up in his jock, right at the line.
Yeah, he's not afraid, William Hackett, to do what he's got to do. He's only 5'10". The other dude's got a 4-inch height advantage. Doesn't matter. Applewhite, though, trying to wiggle away and finally brought down from behind.
He'll get two. Brian Dallas on the stop. First time we've heard his name tonight.
Yeah, he may have been in on another stop a couple plays ago, but out of Pittsburgh Central Catholic, those good old Viking helmets.
Yeah, they have nice ones.
Yeah,
there.
Nice high school helmets.
He's a great defensive end player here. Here's a big third down, though, for Monroe.
So O'Sullivan on a third down here and 7. Is this time for him to draw things up and get the carry like he did?
Might not be a bad idea. And he's going to line up right next to Applewhite to his right now.
3 front. Lackawanna's going to bluff the blitz. Now they bring somebody, and he throws a guy. He's got a wide open receiver, and that is Nikema. Down the sideline he will go and finally gets thrown out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
So the linebackers kind of vacated the middle there, and Nikema was wide open in the middle, and they found him quickly and didn't waste any time getting right down the field and into Falcon territory. Good draw up on the play, and they end up picking up a good chunk of change.
So the Falcons, who were unstoppable in that first quarter, now are finding the Mustangs offense looking that way. They just look like they're in a rhythm right now, Tom.
34 yards on the pass completion there.
A couple of receivers to each side, and O'Sullivan moves over to the right-hand side of Applewhite. Applewhite to throw. Applewhite's got a receiver. He runs into the D-back, and they say nothing happened there.
Applewhite's pass.
Yeah, incidental there, and not really doing anything as a helmet came off one of the linemen for the Mustangs, so they'll run a player off and a player on. But yeah, this is danger zone now. If you're the defense for the Falcons, you gave up a third long completion and a good chunk of change to get in your territory. Now you've really got to buckle down. And again, this is where Falcon defenses in the past would come up with turnovers, and this year's edition needs to find a way to do that.
So 3 guys on this right side. Applewhite will move O'Sullivan over to his left, behind him 1 yard. That's usually where he gets a carry. Nope. Applewhite on a deep slant, almost one-handed catch, and a little too close was Billy Hackett.
Yeah, I think what the call is going to be is arm on the back. We can't see it from our vantage point and from the camera's vantage point, but the officials on the far sideline and even down towards the end zone were the ones that threw the flag. So my guess is it's going to be pass interference because of an arm on the back or maybe defensive holding.
6:06 on the clock. Third quarter, tie ball game, 2 nationally ranked teams, and the penalty will go against the Falcons, as Tom had mentioned.
So pass interference.
They're going to send O'Sullivan all the way over here on the far right side. Now, let's make sure Lackawanna recognizes what the new look is here. So 5 receiver set.
Now, why would they called pass interference, right? But they only marched the ball to the 26.
1st and 10 here for Monroe. And 2 guys jump.
Yep.
Sometimes what you need is a flag going the other way. So Lackawanna's had the tough fortune of having a handful of flags tonight, as Monroe has as well.
Yeah.
2 teams.
5 flags in Lackawanna so far in the contest. 8 from Monroe after that one. I'm still confused on the placement of the ball on the 26, because I thought with a pass interference it's a 15-yard penalty, and that's what they signaled, but maybe it was a holding they called instead or something like that. But either way, this is where it's at.
And O'Sullivan lines up again. He'll be right alongside Applewhite. Applewhite's going to throw a little screen game.
Ooh. The
blitz is on, but he gets it away over to O'Sullivan. Makes the catch, and he gets towards the 23-yard line or so.
They brought pressure on the edge there, coming to try to make that play, but just couldn't get in there. And again, John, that's you gotta be able to make those tackles in open field. You can't miss those if you're the Falcons because you have a sack as opposed to a 2-yard pass completion.
So Applewhite is 6'4". He is 205 pounds, so he's big, he's strong, just an athletic guy, and able to elude there the Falcon defense. 2nd down and 8. And just similar patience as the play call comes up.
They can afford to be patient right now, Ken Monroe. They've got momentum, and they're moving methodically down the field.
So O'Sullivan will delay and then go over to the flat, but Applewhite's got plenty of wiggle room, and he'll run to the sticks and get the first down for the Mustangs.
You can't lose contain if you're Lackawanna College. That's good recognition by Applewhite to see that he had that space to his left. He moved up the pocket once again, impressed with how he moves in the pocket and cuts to his left, and really, really nice run to get inside the red zone to the 15-yard line. 9-yard pickup.
Nasler Dean, Isaiah Oduro, 2 fresh players in, and we also will throw in Brian Dallas back into the ballgame here for Lackawanna. Try to get some fresh wheels going, chasing both O'Sullivan and Applewhite right now. And now we'll get a flag. Did the center move?
Yep, somebody moved. And if you're Coach Karg, that's the only thing that's been the issue so far here in the second half. Your defense has played well, your offense is moving the ball, and you're backing yourself up, not necessarily doing yourself any favors with that.
Meyer Woodard is into the ball game, defensive lineman at Stowe Rocks High School.
Well, they're trying to cycle guys in and out now, John, that maybe don't play as much because the defense has been gassed a little bit, and they've been on the field for a while.
So here's Applewhite. He'll bring a guy in motion. That is LeBron. Throwing another slant wide open. Plenty of cushion over there and getting towards the end zone. The ball came loose right near the goal line. Are they going to see it? Are they going to call it? Because it came loose late.
Yeah. It should be down at the 1. Depends on who has it, though. As you mentioned, John, that popped free. So let's see.
Oh, I see the football. And they're peeling guys off the turf. I think it's going to be 1st and goal.
It looks like it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line pretty much. So a 19-yard pass completion there.
So that could have been the huge turnover the Falcons needed, as it looked like that ball popped loose right near the end zone, but then a big pile ensued, and anything can happen at that moment.
Yep.
Applewhite and O'Sullivan just kind of hanging out in the backfield, expecting O'Sullivan to get this carry. He does. He gets hit initially, and it looks like he's down at around the 2. And now here comes a flag late.
Oduro on the stop, but flag comes out after.
So it's definitely going to be a personal foul, but on what side, not sure.
Penalty marker down on the field.
I mean, if it's on Lackawanna College, it doesn't hurt them that much other than moving the ball a yard forward, but we'll see. But it looked like it was Oduro initially on the stop here with 3:05 to go. Monroe has done a great job this quarter, John, sucking the time out of the game. Had a 9-yard drive on their last one. And sportsmanlike called against Lackawanna College is what the official said. So that's going to be, the ball's on the 2.
Guess you're going to the 1.
Yeah, it's going to move it back to the 1. So, other than giving Monroe a fresh set of downs and putting it 1 yard closer, it doesn't do too much here, but Lackawanna College can't make those kinds of mistakes.
Over the years, the Falcons have been really good when they've been in this position. They force teams to use all 4 downs. But this Monroe team right now has a little different feel to it, the way this offense is maneuvering. O'Sullivan will just walk in.
O'Sullivan on the carry.
Good blocks on the left side there. And Monroe scored 14 unanswered again. And this time they take their first lead of the game.
So if you're Mark Duda, you're like, what the heck is it going on here?
Yep.
You've got to... You talk about it at halftime as to where we're at, and now you got to get that offense moving. And Josh Pardini is going to be as fired up as you could get, calling these plays and making sure this offense get some efficiency for Lackawanna. And the extra point is up, and it's good. So 28-21, 2:47 on the clock. We'll be back here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
You won't find changing the world listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is one of the region's most comprehensive nursing programs, specialized and tailored to fit those wanting to get started on the career path as a registered nurse or current registered nurses. Our programs are designed and taught by experienced nursing professionals, so no matter where you are in your journey, you can pursue your associate or RN to BSN degree in nursing right here at Lackawanna College. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Changing the world starts with you. And at Lackawanna College, we can help you put yourself on the path forward by helping you develop the knowledge and skills to help build a strong foundation, to make a difference in people's lives every day in rewarding fields like occupational therapy assistant. Because when it comes to changing the world, we believe it starts with you. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawannacollege.edu today.
John Mendola and Tom Ferguson back live with you at Scranton Memorial Stadium, and this kick will go down and go out of bounds and get the flag. So the Falcons are trailing by 7 right now to the Mustangs of Monroe College, who have fought all the way back to take the lead.
Yeah, this is what Monroe has done in this half, John. 2 9-play drives, one for 74, one for 67 yards, and they've taken off a combined 9 minutes and 48 seconds of clock. So they have pretty much bled the clock dry for Lackawanna College and have made it so that the Falcons need to start to get their offense back up and running. But you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Karg and what Monroe has done at that halftime whistle, because they have found what has worked for their offense and have continued to push. Now, interesting enough, ball gets kicked out of bounds. Lackawanna is making Monroe kick it again, this time from the 30-yard line.
You couldn't get two different feels. I mean, this game has been, okay, beginning of the game, the Falcons dominated. Like, oh, this looks like this is going to be a romper room. And now you're on the other end of things, and the Mustangs just look unstoppable.
Yep.
So here comes the kick, and this will bounce right at the 8-yard line. And coming over in the center of the field will be a flag and Palmer, or is that Russell? Yeah, Russell with the ball. And this will go backwards here.
Yeah, this will probably be holding of some sort against Lackawanna College from where that flag was thrown. So moving the wrong way right now with 2:39 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Cohen Russell, tried one on east and west. Somebody blocked somebody, and you're going to have a long start here for the Falcons after you've trailed by 7 points.
Yeah, so this is going to push them backwards, and Lackawanna's going to have a long way to go to try to figure out offensively what they need to do, as they're putting this ball right at the 10-yard line from the looks of it. This is the worst field position Lackawanna's had all day, and only their second possession of the quarter, of the second half here.
Well, here we go. I mean, you got to get a little spark here. Somebody's got to make a play.
Yep.
And you're hoping that it's a significant play. You want to get, obviously, try to knot this thing up, but some type of momentum shift in this game, because right now it just feels awful, Mustang filth.
Yeah, I think you gotta. It's either you put together a solid drive or you hit a big play here. Let's see what happens.
So they fake it, and it'll be Barry Brown, left-hand side. Barry Brown down the sideline. Barry Brown stays in bounds past the 24, maybe the 25-yard line. Enough for a chain gang moving first down.
So straight run there from Brown, and he's got wheels, and he picks up a solid amount of yards, about 15 from the looks of it, out to the 25-yard line.
So you get out of Dodge right off the get-go with that flag. That's a good start here for the Falcons, trailing by a score with 2:14 on the clock late in the third quarter. Beautiful night for football here in the Electric City.
Yeah, this feels like football weather. You've got a nice breeze already starting now, kind of blowing left or from across the field towards us.
Yeah, it's kicked back up Brown going deep, but there's two guys there.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing doing. So throw to double coverage down that left-hand side thinking, okay, I'm going to loosen them up, but that wasn't happening, and you get a little bit of
Someone's slow to get up.
Yep.
But back up, looking okay. It was Ja'Kai Coker, the freshman defensive back, who was coming over from the safety spot on that play. And, they tried to go to Colby Young.
I don't like the way Young came off the field there.
Young, you're right. Young came up a little limp too. So he might have stepped on the kicking cage here as he kind of came through on the sideline.
4A over on the left-hand side. They're going to pull a guy, bring the running back, and they'll get close to the 30-yard line. Goes number 22, Isaiah Edwards.
Yeah, so Edwards picking up 5 yards there. Makes it third and manageable, but still it's a third down here for the Falcons. They've been pretty good on third down.
28 banged up again. That is Dennis with that ankle maybe.
Yeah, he's down and he's helped up. But he's got there's a little hitch in the giddy up there as he gets off.
Yeah. So Mark Duda over there, he's talking to the offensive linemen. Those are the important guys. Like, listen, here's what we need to do up front. And if anybody knows how to talk to linemen, whether it's on the defense or offensive side of the ball, it's Mark Duda.
Well, it's an interesting Lackawanna team this year, John, and you've been around them a little longer than I have necessarily, but this is a team traditionally that can get whatever yardage they need on the ground, and that has not been this team this year. They're a lot more predicated on throwing the football and short passes and whatnot. The running game has not necessarily been their bread and butter this year.
Well, they need some bread or butter here on this third
whatever.
down. And they're bringing a heat on Brown. He throws it in the flat, and good.
Ooh, flag comes out.
Goes against the Mustangs. That was a tight play. If you're a Mustang guy, Hardin gets called on the penalty. It was close.
Yeah.
But if you're a Falcon fan, you're like, hey, we'll take it.
You're fine with that. They're going to call pass interference. I don't know about that, but Falcons will be happy to take that, and they'll move that out to the 45.
Official was looking right at the play, and it might have been a little jersey grab in the back, as you had said earlier.
Yeah.
That we don't always
maybe
catch.
that was the call. Now, that's a 15-yard penalty. They called pass interference.
I think it might have. Maybe it was holding.
But even then, it should be a 5-yard move to the 35-yard line.
Well, hey,
the spot doesn't make sense.
First down for the Falcons as they look over to the sideline here. Again, you've cheated out now. They see the slot guys cheated out a little bit here, trying to get away from that linebacker, if you will. Now they've backed off the coverage over here, and now the flag is down, and nothing's going.
Yeah, probably was coming back anyway. Someone might not have been lined up correctly. Purdy had it open in the middle there, but it looks like it might be encroachment. It might be offsides. The line judge pointed towards Monroe. The official didn't. I don't know if the official actually signaled what it was, but they moved the ball forward.
So this 5-yard penalty does go forward here for the Falcons, trailing by 7. We're under a minute to play in quarter number 3. Have the safety about 12 yards off of the guy over on the right. They give the handoff over on this left-hand side and out across the 50, right near the 50-yard line. That appears to be Isaiah Edwards.
12-yard pickup for Isaiah there. Almost broke that free to where he would have been deep into territory, but still picks up a first down.
So I get what Josh Pardini is seeing over here. They're going to bring that heat, create that gap over here, get that receiver to kind of crack back and block or just at least stand in somebody's way. They got that little window and good enough for a Falcon first down.
And they've had success when the blitz comes running to that where that's been vacated.
So now it'll be Brown. He gives it to his running back again. It's straight. Burst up the middle goes Edwards, running over a would-be tackler, and a Falcon first down.
So he picks up a good amount of yardage there, about 16 yards or so to the 35, and look out, it's a 7-point game, and Lackawanna's on the move.
Will take some momentum. Running the football, the Falcons, they trail by 7. Quarter number 4 coming your way here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
We never set out to change the world, but at Lackawanna, we see our graduates doing it every day. In healthcare fields like surgical technology, our graduates are making an impact, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of countless patients and their families. Changing the world. It's really a simple matter of making life better for others, and there's no better place to start than Lackawanna College. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today. At Lackawanna College, we never said we could change the world, but we believe our graduates can. That's why we offer programs in healthcare fields like ultrasound technology. Our graduates play a vital role in modern healthcare, using diagnostic technology to help improve the lives of their patients, making a difference in people's lives. That's what changing the world is all about, and it all starts at Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
We are back here at Scranton Memorial, and the Falcons have the football and running the football just a little bit. Is that Squire into the ball game? He gets maybe nothing. He is backed up on that play. Good surge there by the Mustangs.
Yeah, not much space trying to run on the left edge. Edwards comes back. Squire, not really his fault. He didn't have a ton of space to run there, but a loss of 2 on the play. And unfortunately for Lackawanna College, that puts them behind the sticks now at 2nd and 12, just 30 seconds into the 4th quarter here.
Slot guy on the right-hand side will be Palmer. Palmer looking for the football. He basically looks like he's saying, listen, I'm open. This guy can't cover me. I'm too fast.
He's got 4 catches. He's the team lead, but it's a quiet 4 catches for him.
They give it on that left-hand side. Goes the running back. Edwards running for another first down. He's right at the sticks.
It depends on the spot, John, and I think they might mark him shy. He picked up. It really is going to depend. It's close. I think the umpire has it just shy of the line. And the sticks are moving.
So the chain gang is going downfield. 13:50 on the clock.
Yeah, they've moved the chains. So Falcon first down. So they picked up the 12 yards they needed.
So Edwards now bursting now for the Falcons. He has been a big spark here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, 55 yards rushing for him now.
He goes to the right side. Over on that right side is number 23, Purdy. Brown will throw the deep ball. He's got a wide open Palmer. It's going to be a little long. Palmer got it. Got the catch. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Lackawanna.
25 yards on that to DP. Ran off to the right side. What a pass from Barry to float that in the corner there.
Got the footsie in, and that sounded like a stick of dynamite on the roof
yeah,
up
I'm
here.
not sure what happened there.
Josh Bardini's foot, it might be broke. He was really excited up there. That was fantastic. What a throw and catch.
And like you said, how about DP running on his real estate there, getting his 2 feet in, the extra foot there to come in with the touchdown.
I just want to go over on the sideline right now. As we kick the extra point, Akers' point is, it's good, 28, y'all. I want to hear Palmer say, I told you, give me the darn ball. 28, y'all. We'll come back here at Scranton Memorial.
You won't find changing the world listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is one of the region's most comprehensive nursing programs, specialized and tailored to fit those wanting to get started on the career path as a registered nurse or current registered nurses. Our programs are designed and taught by experienced nursing professionals, so no matter where you are in your journey, you can pursue your associate or RN to BSN degree in nursing right here at Lackawanna College. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
We are back in black.
I tell you what, we talked about what Lackawanna College needed, John. That was it. They needed that touchdown. They needed that drive. Isaiah Edwards, 55 yards, all in the second half. And DP going to the corner. Barry Brown puts it where only he can get to it, in between the coverage. Big touchdown here, 28 all. This is what you want in your college football. A tight game between 2 very good football teams with 13 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter.
And that guts, the intestinal fortitude to bounce back. Edwards was the key there to give some confidence here to the Falcons and suck them up, and then throw that deep ball to Palmer.
Yep.
Outside kick, here it is. The Falcons, it's bounced bounced up in the air. The ball still was moving, but the Mustangs come up with it. They had it. They had it.
And that's just, again, that has just been some pushing and shoving here at midfield. Now someone comes away with it. Dimitri DiPietro comes away with the ball.
Here's where your discipline
He says
comes
he's
in.
got it. Yeah, you got to just get everybody out of there. The officials will sort it out, but you got to get everyone out. So Dimitri Meach comes up with it. Let's see what the officials say.
Yeah, they're all talking here.
They're talking. My guess is they're going to give it to Monroe, but we'll see.
I agree with you.
And that's what the official says. It says it's Monroe football. At least it looks like that's what he signaled. They're still conferencing here.
The execution was almost as good as you could get. Akers did, Camp Sakati
Now
did.
there is a flag on the field too. There's a flag that was thrown.
Did Sakati touch it before it got to 10?
Maybe. It was close. So a lot to sort out for the officials here.
Now I want to watch the replay, Tom. How do we do that in our brain?
Well, they say first down. Did they signal what the penalty was? They're waving the flag off. That's why. All right, so it's going to be Monroe ball from the 48. So interesting call there with the onside.
It was. I like it. I do like the guts. They almost did it perfectly.
Well, it shows belief in your defense, certainly, even to give them a short field like this, and also, belief in the offense if they fall behind to get back into the game. Let's see if Monroe can make them pay. Interesting twists and turns we have here.
13:23 on the clock. Jason LeBron is moving one way. Here's O'Sullivan moving forward before he gets tackled very close to a first down.
He's running better and better as the game goes on, as he gets into Falcon territory, about 9 yards on. They're going to make it 8 yards on the pickup.
Brought down by 19, Lockhart.
And, John, if you're a Lackawanna College, this is where you need that takeaway. This is where you need to be ball hawking and come away with it. Now, O'Sullivan is split out wide to the top of the formation, by the way, so Applewhite's by himself.
5 receiver set. We saw this on that last series. So this is the second time they've run this. Look, and here is Applewhite. He's getting chased from behind. He should be brought down. He's sacked and a packed.
That's a great job by Chop. Hatchet coming off the edge. Chases him down, grabs him by the shoelaces, and won't let him get away. Big sack there from Chop off the edge.
Yeah, Hatchet with the theatrics. As Mike Rickert gets us fired up here at Scranton Memorial on a third down. Need some kind of defensive play here. Who's going to make it right now?
Need it. If you're Lackawanna College, you need to step up.
Here's that 35 look. 3 down linemen and 5 guys that look like backers here. And again, it is a 4 receiver set with O'Sullivan in that backfield.
Keep contained. You have to contain the backs here in the backfield.
All eyes on O'Sullivan with a little screen or something. Here's Applewhite. He's going deep. He's got a guy wide open down that sideline. And he steps out at the 10.
Yeah, Dixon King was the one who comes down with it.
He got behind the defense and like a track star kept sprinting down that sideline.
Wow. 44 yards to the 9-yard line on the completion. And every time, John, so far in the second half, it feels like Lackawanna College has an opportunity. Someone rises to the occasion. Really, it's been Applewhite finding a receiver. This time it's Dixon King on a 44-yard pickup.
Well, you got to play the run here. If you're the Falcons, you got to think O'Sullivan's going to get a whole bunch of carries here deep in Falcon territory. They fake it to him. It's Applewhite throwing a little coverage, and it was holding back there.
Yes, holding on somebody there.
So D back over on that far sideline, on the Mustang sideline.
Not sure if Dixon King maybe couldn't get out of his break because of it or whatnot. The officials are talking about it
Yeah,
now.
he couldn't. They held him up. Is that Hackett over there?
Might have been.
Yeah, 33.
And he's talking with one of the officials about it, trying to see what exactly the call is going to be here.
I believe it was holding. You know, he couldn't get out of the break, and it'll be first and goal here.
So that's going to move the ball up half the distance from the 9 to the 4.5.
So Monroe ready to go with the go-ahead score here with 11:02 on the clock. And the Falcons dig something up here defensively with a fresh and ready to pounce O'Sullivan in that backfield. O'Sullivan, right-hand side, is going to bounce over to the corner, but a flag's down. So it is a touchdown, but I saw the official throw the flag right near the pylon, or so I think. My eyes have deceived me as the night has gone on here.
I don't know. I don't see any laundry anywhere. But it looked like there might have been holding on the edge, but no call. And
nope.
O'Sullivan gets the edge, gets the corner, and Monroe College, I'll tell you what, that's helped out by a penalty or two, but you get a 4-yard touchdown run. O'Sullivan now with his third of the game, and that's an answer right back after it looked like Lackawanna might have had some momentum on their side.
I think we're going to need an eye doctor sponsor. What do you think? Can we get one of those, Tom?
we can work on it.
All right, let's get Nakima up for the extra point here. And that is very high and very long and very good.
Yep.
So it is 35-28. We're playing into the night here. 10:58 to go, fourth quarter. We'll be back here at Scranton Memorial.
Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference. In your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu. Changing the world starts with you. And at Lackawanna College, we can help you put yourself on the path forward by helping you develop the knowledge and skills to help build a strong foundation, to make a difference in people's lives every day in rewarding fields like occupational therapy assistant. Because when it comes to changing the world, we believe it starts with you. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawannacollege.edu today.
We're back. The Mustangs, will they try an onside kick? No way. Leading by 7 here late in this contest. Here is Palmer getting hit right at the 15-yard line. Great open field tackle over there.
I think that was Andre Gordon who hit him from Ontario. Comes up with the hit, and Palmer might have been better to let that to fair catch or let that one go. As it is inside the 20 down at the 19-yard line. So Lackawanna College not doing themselves any favors in the field position department here, right at the 18-yard lines where they'll start.
Isaiah Edwards in the backfield with Barry Brown. Here is Brown. And again, that same look. We've seen the same look defensively here out of the Mustangs. Cade White kind of playing in between, faking the blitz sometimes, and they give it to Edwards, and he is gobbled up immediately.
Nowhere to go. Douglas Blue Eli, a defensive lineman, waiting for him. Big tackle for loss, and Lackawanna lost about 4 yards on the play.
So they trail by 7, the Falcons, with 10:30 on the clock. Palmer saying, let's get this thing geared up a little bit. Let's
maybe go downfield here.
So Palmer on the short side here. Barry Brown will screen this to Palmer. Palmer trying to use his speed, getting upfield, gets by a would-be tackler. He's down the sideline. Devin Palmer across midfield and into Mustang territory. How did he stay in bounds?
He just finds ways as he picks up a ton of yardage there, all the way into Mustang territory, waiting for them to place it so we know exactly where he got to. But about 38 yards on the pass completion on the screen there.
I thought Edwards may have taken that jab lateral step before the ball was snapped. It was close, right in sync when Brown asked for the ball back there in the gun. That was close. Luckily there for the Falcons, no call. Here it is. It is Edwards running the football. He finds the seam straight up the middle. He's got the first down and biffled down around the 31-yard line.
Edwards on the carry there, up the middle. Mustang's still down right now.
He looks explosive, Tom.
Edwards is great. The only, if you want to call it a knock or not, I'd have on him, John, is that instead of looking for the hole, he looks for people to run over.
Yeah,
it's not like he's avoiding contact. He wants contact, and he should probably try to avoid it because he might get a couple more yards. Picks up 16 on the carry, though, and another first down.
The 6-foot freshman out of State College area. So it's been Palmer, it's been Edwards, it's been Barry Brown. But the Falcons trail by 7, and there's a timeout on the field. 9:26 on the clock. They'll call them over. We'll chat about it a little bit. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Lackawanna College Athletic Network.
Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu.
We're back to some offense here as the officials blow the whistle just to kind of have a quick chat, make sure they're on the same page.
Injured Mustang got off the field quickly, and everybody got a chance to kind of chat and whatnot. Lackawanna wanted to get to the line and snap the ball.
We're stacking both sides. So do you pump the short throw and have your first receiver go deep? Those safeties are sitting deep. They pump it. They do throw deep. Barry Brown got there almost. Who they calling that out? That could be offensive.
It might go against Alfonso. Alfonso Ferre had to play a little defensive back there as he went up to try to come down with that. We'll see. There was some hand fighting. I think this is going against the offense.
It's a tough call if it's against the Mustangs, but they're still trying to talk about some stuff back there. It does go against 4A.
And that's a killer for Lackawanna College. And Ferre can't believe that was called. But you're not going to win that argument. No one ever does. So you got to reset yourself here if you're Lackawanna College.
No, he got a little separation there by, putting his hands out, and what are you going to do? Here we go. 2 guys on the right, 2 guys on the left, as the Falcons will now try to get their offense working.
Well, the Falcons want the ball spotted so they can move, and officials really taking their time.
Palmer in motion. First time we've seen this. They'll give it Edwards. Edwards trying to make a move. Gets along the right-hand side. Edwards making some damage to the 30, to the 25. Huge carry there by Edwards.
Ty Coker on the stop, but Edwards with a nice carry, making this a little more manageable here for Lackawanna College.
So Edwards comes out for a play, and they throw in number 24, Xavier Evans.
Oh, was that Evans on the carry?
No, it was Edwards.
Edwards
but they
came
did
out.
a quick switch just now.
He got gassed on
He
that,
did.
is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
22-yard pickup, as there's another, I don't know if this is an injury or a cramp. This might look a little more crampish for Monroe.
Yep, he's right up. And Mark Duden now talking to every offensive lineman that this is what we need right now.
Yep.
You guys are doing a great job, hat on hat. Let's just get a little seam here for Edwards because he's making some big plays right now.
I mean, you've turned what was 1st and 15 into 2nd and 4 now, or 2nd and 3 really. So or 1st and 25, excuse me. So you've got an opportunity now to really do some damage.
We've stacked. We've give it. Here's Evans. Evans finds a little wiggle room in the middle. He's got some big yardage. He's still on his feet inside the 10-yard. And good enough for another Falcon first down and 1st and goal.
Yeah, they're moving the ball well. They get it to the 9, so that's a 16-yard pickup. And as you mentioned, John, it's another first down.
Evans trying to find some room. He gets taken down at the 8.
So maybe a pickup of about a yard on that play.
2nd and goal.
So 2nd and goal, we'll throw in a couple players, including Purdy.
I mean, Lackawanna has not had trouble moving the ball. It's been stopping Monroe, especially here in the second half. That's been the issue for them, and they got to get out of their own way, and you got to get a touchdown on this drive.
Pistol look, Evans. Second down. They'll fake it. Brown rolling to the corner. He's got his dude. Other guy got a touchdown.
That's tough. That's a tough pass to make, but he did it and connected with his receiver. Heck of a play there. Trying to get on who that is. Looked like coming down with that one. Was that Nazir Armstrong, the other tight end that caught that?
Well, we're going to find out in a second. I'm not trusting my eyes all night here.
There's too many players that wear number 80-something here, and I think that was Armstrong that caught it. How about that? Throwback across your body if you're Barry Brown and you connect with Armstrong from 8 yards out. Ooh, this one was tipped at the line.
No good.
The kick was tipped. So Monroe stays in the lead.
35-34. 8:05 on the clock. And the Falcons 1 point shy right now of the Mustangs. Time out of the field. We'll be right back.
We never set out to change the world, but at Lackawanna, we see our graduates doing it every day. In healthcare fields like surgical technology, our graduates are making an impact, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of countless patients and their families. Changing the world. It's really a simple matter of making life better for others, and there's no better place to start than Lackawanna College. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today.
We are back at Scranton Memorial, the Electric City, and it has been an electric type of night as the scoreboard is firing on all cylinders, Tom.
Yeah, it's lighting up, but the most significant play happened on that extra point where Monroe broke through the line, John, got a hand on the ball, and knocked down Cam Ciccotti's extra point attempt here. So let's see. They still maintain a 1 point lead.
Looks like the hands team is out here not trusting what the Falcons could do, and this ball go out of bounds. It'll be a penalty.
Yeah, so flag comes out against Lackawanna College, and I imagine Monroe is going to take the possession out to the 35-yard line. And this is, again, I know we've mentioned it a couple times with defense, but this is where you need to step up. This is where you need to make your tackles, force a turnover, do something to change the complexion of this game, because Monroe has scored on 3 straight possessions so far in the second half. They have not punted here in the second half.
You mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, Tom, you said, listen, the offense has been responding. And right now, this defense, they need to come up with that turnover play. But the offense has kept them into this game somehow.
Yep.
Edwards being able to run the football in this fourth quarter has kept Lackawanna right there. They're down a point, but now it's somebody on defense has to make a big play for them. And we've been calling on it. We're calling on it. It's go time right now. Only 8:05 on that clock.
This is where it has to happen. If you're Lackawanna College, you need to make a stand here.
So it'll be O'Sullivan gets through the initial ball. No, the ball does not come loose, but it was a big hit over there.
Yep. He got hit low, and he got swallowed up from behind as well, as it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup for O'Sullivan running on that right side.
For as hard as he run, that could have been a body part coming off there. Yeah. He got whacked pretty good.
15 carries, 65 yards, and 3 touchdowns for him in this game.
He has earned every yard. He's running hard tonight for these Mustangs and getting better as the game goes on.
This is where you got to stay patient if you're Lackawanna College, too, with Monroe looking to the sideline, changing the play. Got to stay patient, stay home.
Shelton Applewhite has been directing the charge tonight, and he will throw this ball. He's got a guy open again. It is Dixon King on the reception and a first down.
Almost thought they might have got a hand on it at the line as it kind of disappeared in the swarm of bodies there. But another completion, and they move the sticks here and get into Lackawanna College territory.
He must have like a Batman belt on or something. It just keeps lighting up in the back there. Dixon King, I don't know. Maybe he's got a battery charger or something. Applewhite now has again that pistol look with his buddy behind him. Sullivan on the right-hand side. He'll get some positive yardage again.
Sullivan, the ball carrier.
And so quickly, Monroe again into Lackawanna territory. Moving the ball well again. Coach Karg has found running back that's given him a lot here, and O'Sullivan, and a lot of credit to Shelton Applewhite for how he's played in the second half. He's been much more efficient and been much more effective.
Come on, O'Sullivan, running back with the Mustangs. 3 receivers over on this left-hand side, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. 6:02, so 2 minutes go off the clock. O'Sullivan, left-hand side, he's got wiggle room, and he runs into a wall. Looked like there was a possibility to get around that corner.
Yeah, O'Neal able to combine with Hatchett, I believe, on the stop. Now they're going to move that forward. That's a good spot. No, they're going to move it back. I was going to say, it looked like the sticks were moving forward a lot further than I thought he got. He got a yard pickup and big 3rd down coming here.
Your eyes as good as mine, Tom. Hey, you got to put together 2 plays in a row, and the Falcons are hoping for the crowd right now.
They need the crowd into this. They need their sideline into this. This is a big play here for the Lackawanna College defense. 5:18 to play.
Well played football game tonight. Robinson over on the far right-hand side right now. They're going to move over number 15, LeBron. Here is Applewhite. They got movement up front. Did they throw a flag? No. It is Applewhite keeping it.
Nope.
He gets stacked.
He did get stacked, but he's close. Second effort. I think he's still going to be shy, though, John.
I do. Yep, I agree. He is going to be short.
They're going to mark that a 3-yard pickup. He needed to get 5.
So LeBron had a quick elbow movement there.
Yeah.
And you thought there was something going on where maybe somebody jumped. Nothing happened.
So now, Monroe, here's a big 4th down. If you're Lackawanna College, you cannot jump offside. You have to be wary of that. But here's the biggest play of the game, clearly.
You clearly think this is going to be a run. You could see this could go up top at any given moment here to that far right-hand side. And now we get a timeout here out of the Mustangs.
Monroe wants to talk it over.
4:21 on the clock.
So, I mean, this is the game right here, more or less, because the way Monroe's moving the ball, John, they're running out of real estate in terms of how much time they can waste, but you can get this thing under 2 minutes realistically before you might hit the end zone. Lackawanna College has to start thinking about taking timeouts as well. You score, you put this thing up, you get up by 8, you might even think, who knows what can happen here, but you're going to put the onus on Lackawanna to try to score again. You need this stop if you're the defense.
Well, if you're the Mustangs, you've lost 5 times in a row. You get on the national map again. You got to find a way to finish this. So I think they're going to put all their energy into getting a 1st down, driving down to the end zone, all that stuff. Can the Falcons pull a rabbit out of the hat at this point and say, okay, it's not happening right now tonight, because the momentum and the way the Mustangs have played here in the second half, they're almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
It's just O'Sullivan and Applewhite.
Every time Monroe has needed to answer the bell here in the second half, they've done that. Can they do it now against the Lackawanna College defense?
So the sirens are blaring, the crowd's getting into it, and the Falcons need a stop right now. What does Terry Karg see over on the offensive side? Applewhite, back snap! And Applewhite's going to pick it up. They're coming after him. He's going to try to Houdini-act this, and he's rolling around. He goes down. Huge play. The defense does it.
Dwayne Grantham, Harold O'Neal, and a swarm of Falcons in on the stop. A massive, massive change in momentum. A 21-yard loss on the bad snap. And that's exactly what they needed.
Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's a bad bounce. But you almost felt like, is Applewhite going to Houdini his way out of this?
There was part of me that thought he was getting out with that one. But now, if you're Lackawanna College, 4:12 to go, all 3 timeouts remaining from the 49, you got to be patient here.
Great block on the edge, and Palmer gets 5.
And that's exactly what you have to do. Don't force it if you don't have to. You've got time right now. You're in the driver's seat, even trailing. You need to be smart with the football.
So there's 4 minutes on the clock. Dodd with the block out there to spring Palmer.
7 catches, 108 yards. Sorry, John.
No. Edwards trying to find a little wiggle room. Maybe he gets a half a yard maybe just beyond the line of scrimmage, but it's close.
Yeah, so this
Third down.
brings up third down now.
So out comes number 6, Russell. In comes 23, Purdy.
It's a big third down here.
So will Edwards get the call? Low snap. They give it to Edwards on the right-hand side. Makes a move and makes somebody miss to get that first down.
Wow. Just what a little hesitation. Head bob there to pick up the yardage. He was dead to rights, about a yard shy of the first down marker. Instead grabbed 6.
That was all Edwards in this whole fourth quarter. Isaiah Edwards has been the man stepping up here for the Falcons to keep these drives going.
11 carries, 96 yards here in the second half.
2:49. We got a clock bleeder. We got a Falcon driver. We're trying to put it all together here at Lackawanna College against Monroe, trailing by 1 late in this contest. Edwards, delay. Gets his helmet ripped off. No.
Nothing. All right,
there comes
flag
the late
in from
flag.
behind. Now
that was 9 seconds later.
This is from the back judge, way behind the play. So I don't know if he saw something more than maybe the umpire or the side officials did.
All he saw was nobody threw a flag, and he said he ripped
personal
his
foul,
helmet off.
and it's a 15-yard penalty as well. Personal foul face mask was the signal from the official.
Mark Duda, his hat came off for a moment. I think it was the wind. And, he's like, listen, dude, the guy's helmet came off.
So that's going to move the ball up from the 38 all the way to the 23-yard line.
Well, you bring out J.B. Nelson here because his helmet flew off too.
Yep.
Not because of the defensive guy who ripped the running back's helmet off, but nonetheless, Edwards back at it. We're ball located here.
Looks like at the 22 is
22.
where they put it.
Just beyond the 23-yard line, and they'll look over to the sideline as they want to get Nelson right back into the ball game here. 2:16 on the clock. 1 point deficit here for Lackawanna. They're going to bring in the receivers a little bit tighter. Edwards, can he bounce it? Fake it. No, he gets it, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. I thought Barry Brown was going to keep that.
I thought that's what the read should have been for Barry, is you see that coming and you tuck and run. Instead, he didn't hang on to it, and Edwards ended up getting snowed under, lost about 6 yards back to the 28.
I think right now tee-off time is what you're thinking for the Mustangs. Hey, they're going to run the football. We need to stop them.
Yep.
And they're selling out for the run.
And the clock continues to move, John. We got 1:38 to go now, and Lackawanna has all 3 timeouts remaining, but they're letting the clock go.
So, and it's smartly so. I mean, you're either going to get into the end zone or you're going to kick a field goal here.
Yep.
And let's see what the Falcons can do. Brown's going to throw it. Brown's got a guy wide open. It's tipped. Oh, no, it's still going. Whoa, that was scary.
And it falls incomplete, but that was a heck of a job there by Monroe to get a hand on that one, knock it up. Zarrell Walker, number 44, from that linebacker spot was beat by Dodd, but he got his hand up. And Dodd, I tell you what, he made a heck of a play because he ran into the defender before they could come up with that.
Man, that ball was in the air for like 4 seconds. It was a bang-bang play, as Tom had mentioned, the Mustangs, credit to them. Big, long.
Here we go.
Third down. $1:20 to play in this contest. Barry Brown. Edwards, quick fake. Brown's looking. He's got a guy wide open. He's got it at the 10. It's Palmer. Reaches for the sticks. Touchdown! No replay. It's a score, Tom.
Brown's pass to Delvin Palmer, complete
for 28 yards
touchdown
into the end zone. Just making sure they aren't marking him short at all, but a 28-yard touchdown pass. They hit Palmer on the slant across the middle, and Palmer does the rest.
Time out on the field. Lackawanna going to say, what we going to do here? 40-35, $1:14 to play.
So, John, let's give credit, A, to the Lackawanna offense, because now they've scored on the last 3 possessions, and let's give credit, obviously, to the defense for what they did on that last defensive drive, needing to make a stop. They get a stop. They get a little break, certainly on a bad snap, but they force that 4th down play, and then the offense answering, even after a 6-yard loss, even after a missed or an incomplete pass, they still have the fortitude to find that touchdown pass to DP across the middle. What a play, what a game from Lackawanna College.
I think you have no choice here. So Lackawanna is saying, okay, we're going to go for 2. And I think you have to, Tom. The mentality is, okay, if we get the 1, we go up 6. But their kicker's been spot on all night. So if they go down and score, you're thinking it's an easy gimme. For the most part, he's been really good. Yeah. If you go up 7, that's a little different story.
You at least buy yourself time. And so either way, you're assuming touchdown, game's over. So you're trying to make it as hard as possible for that to not be the case.
Palmer over to the left-hand side. He'll bring him in motion, Barry Brown. They'll go over to the right-hand side. They'll fake it there. Brown's going to keep. He's got to score on the 2-point conversion.
That's the 3rd time this year Barry Brown has kept it on a 2-point conversion and scored, and he does it there.
You talk about a distraction. Devin Palmer. I think this is a statement game to say, listen, you looking at me? I got the wheels. I got the moves. He's got some ball game.
136 yards, 8 catches for Devin Palmer, and 2 touchdown catches as well for him.
$1:14 on the clock. As entertaining as you're going to get here.
If this isn't the best college football you can find in NEPA, who knows? I mean, this is what it's all about in Scranton. Scranton college football at its finest.
So the Falcons of Lackawanna College turning up the volume tonight as Cam Siccotti will kick this thing.
And let's talk about the crowd here we've got on hand, too. You can't see it on the camera. You obviously can see the Monroe sideline, but there's a good contingent of Lackawanna fans, students, and affiliated peoples in the stands here.
You know that Mustang offense got stopped on a bad snap.
Yep.
Now the defense is going to has to step up because the Mustangs really have been so explosive offensively this whole second half. So let's see if we get one more stand here out of the Falcons. Siccotti's kick goes down. It'll be taken right at the 8-yard line. Trying to get a little wiggle room up across the 25 to the 30-yard line, carrying the pile up to the 35. They'll have a shorter field than you would hope. Yep. 65 yards to get to the end zone.
Yeah, right at the 35. 1:04 to play. 2 timeouts remaining for Monroe College, and of course an offensive guru who did some pretty good damage with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Pioneers and of course Wyoming Seminary, winning more games in a season than they had won in 2 decades, and Terry Cargan the other side.
So it'll be Applewhite's job. Shelton Applewhite, he has found a lot of Halim Dixon King tonight, and they will have receivers on each side. Falcons trying to roll up and press coverage. Here is Applewhite. Deep out, wide open is on cue.
Dixon King right there. They run that quick. Falcons keeping it in front, but a little too much cushion there. They pick up 15 yards right to midfield.
58.3 seconds. And again, when you tackle Applewhite, you got to wrap him. He is elusive and strong back there.
You have to be sure of your tackles here if you're Lackawanna College.
Hatchett needs to step up here. Can he make a play with his guys up front? He's double teamed. Big whiffle throw downfield and coming back to make the catch at the 11-yard line.
Asking for maybe a push or something there to get the defender to go by and not getting it, but nice pass completion as they're able to complete it out there. Deep pass to Jalen Rose Hanna, number 85.
So another completion here as Applewhite just keeps the job going with 43 seconds on the clock, and it's ticking away here. But the Falcons need to make a stop. Applewhite, he's got his guy open at the 4 and carrying his way to the 1.
Dixon King again.
Applewhite's pass complete to Dixon King.
So whistle's blowing, so that means the clock is stopping.
Timeout Monroe with 31 seconds to go. They needed to get to the 1. I'm trying to wait to see where they're going to spot this. Looks like they're spotting it about 2 yards shy, so it's about an 8-yard pickup.
And you're looking ahead. Okay, let's say they score. You know, is Terry Clark saying we're going for it, man? We're going for the 2 to try to get the win here and
I think
take the monkey off our backs?
I think you do. I think that's, you want to go for the winning play. I don't know that you're going to get much out of overtime, and you know, both these teams I think are getting a little tired. I don't know how much more his defense can put up with it. I don't know how much more Lackawanna's defense can put up with it. Certainly, I think you go for the win. I think you're aggressive if you score this touchdown. Now, if you're Lackawanna, obviously you're hoping you're hoping to come up with a stop here. But this has been an impressive drive from Monroe. 3 plays from their 35. They get right down the field.
Well, credit both teams, both coaching staffs. It's been a very exciting game tonight. 31 seconds on the clock. Applewhite and O'Sullivan in the backfield. Lackawanna playing the run. O'Sullivan runs straight forward, and he's right near the goal line. Does the pile push over?
Yeah, they haven't blown it. They blow it dead, but he might have a first down.
22.3 seconds on the clock. Clock has stopped.
So that's a 2-yard run for him and a first down.
Woodard on the tackle.
Right? It should be. They haven't spotted that yet. But the last time out was taken by Monroe. So with 22 seconds left, they trail 42-35. Yeah, first and goal is what they just said. So it's all coming down to this. Man, what a game. What a way to finish a Saturday night of college football in the NJCAA.
Yeah, it's been exciting, as you say, Tom. It's, I mean, both teams, there's no quit in either team, and, you know, one more play than somebody else here is the way this is going to play out with 22.3 seconds to go.
And you kind of mentioned it. Think of the hunger that's driving Monroe, you know, having lost 5 in a row to Lackawanna College, want to prove themselves on a national level. And think of Lackawanna College having made the national championship in 2019, want to prove themselves as a national power time and time again. These are the games you got to win, and these are the games you're going to have that want to make you pull your hair out.
So over on that far right side, Dixon King is the receiver, but we're thinking O'Sullivan and Applewhite here in this backfield. It'll be a fake option. Applewhite gets into the end zone. Touchdown.
Easy. With 20 seconds left.
Touchdown.
All right, Terry Carg telling what he wants, and he wants 1 point.
Oh, so he's kicking the extra point
Kicking the extra point. He's bringing out Nakima.
Interesting.
19.9 seconds. He's been deadly, Nakima.
Interesting. Okay. So now, if you're Lackawanna College, number one thing you cannot do is you cannot run into the kicker. You cannot pick up a penalty on this. You can go after the ball, but do not run into the kicker. Don't pick up a penalty.
Or jump offside.
Yep, don't jump offside either.
And the kick is up, and it's
They didn't even go.
No.
Lackawanna College let him kick it. Now, John, so here's the interesting part of this already very interesting way this game is ending. Lackawanna College is getting the ball back with 2 timeouts remaining, 20 seconds. You got to think, depending on how far the field they get, maybe 12 seconds left, maybe 10 seconds with 2 timeouts. But they've got the 2 most dangerous players maybe in the country back to receive in Cohen Russell and Delvin Palmer. So, pick your poison if you're Monroe and what you want to do here.
Right. Do you squib it? Do you try to see if he can get it to the end zone? The wind, you said, kick back up a little bit.
Yeah,
will that ball carry?
It's previously the wind had been moving from the right to the left, as you see it on our YouTube screen here. But it seems more kind of going from the left corner, far corner of the end zone, to the right near side corner, kind of pushing towards us. So the wind has changed direction. It has kicked up a little more as the second half has gone on. Man, what a football game, though. What a game between these two teams.
It has been fun and entertaining, and there's still some more football to go.
So here's where the Lackawanna Falcons are going to do their best to make something happen. They're moving players up as if the hands team needs to be on here.
So they'll squib this to the opposite side and fall down. Great field position.
Okay.
18.5 seconds. I don't know if I would have did that if I was Monroe. That's a little crazy.
I think it was Colby Young that came down with it. Lackawanna is going to get the ball, John, from their own 48-yard line with 18 and a half seconds left. So not a ton of time came off, too.
How far can we get that kick out of Sakati?
With the wind, if wind would kind of be at his back at this point, I think anywhere from 35 in he can hit. So we'll see here.
So that means, we got to get down there,
40's probably pushing his range right now, especially with the wind and it being a little unpredictable.
So somewhere close to the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I think you need about 20, 27, 30 yards, something like that here for Lackawanna. You got 2 timeouts remaining, 18 and a half seconds to play.
Officials are talking to making sure, hey, we got 2 timeouts. That was that conversation. That's what good officials do.
Yeah.
So 2 safeties here for Monroe.
You're making sure everyone's on the same page as far as who has how many timeouts remaining, what the time is on the clock, and all that.
So here comes Barry Brown and the Falcons of Lackawanna College. He's going to roll out of the pocket to the right, look for somebody. He's going to end up throwing it out of bounds. So 12.1 seconds on the clock.
Smart play by Barry. Don't force it when you don't have to. 12 seconds left. You still have 2 timeouts. You still have, downs to try to figure this out. Don't force it and put Monroe in a position where they get the ball with their offense.
I mean, let's look at this. Hey, you get a 10-yard out. You're already close to the 40.
Yeah.
You only need another 10-yard out almost.
Yep.
So, if you do it in 10-yard increments with 12 seconds to go, you have an opportunity here to maybe line up for a field goal.
Just got to be careful, especially throwing it out if you're throwing to the open side of the field. That's a long throw to make.
Here is Brown. Gets a good block. He's going to whiffle one deep. Deep ball down there. It's intercepted at the 5.
Brown's pass.
So picked off. That was intended for Russell. Second interception of the game for Barry. Second turnover of the game for Lackawanna College. 4.5 seconds left. A lot of weird things can happen here. As Monroe's going to get the ball on their own 5. I mean, if you're Coach Carr, you might just sit on this and play into overtime, but who knows? Like I said, a lot of weird things can happen, especially with the defense that's been on the field as much as Lackawanna College's has. You might have them tired out there. You might be able to get them to chase around. Let's see what happens. They're huddling over on the Monroe side, so he's either explaining that we're going to take the ball, go to overtime, or drawing something up in the dirt.
There you go. Maybe you say, listen, in a million years, they would never think we're going to throw a bomb here.
Well, they spread out, so they're going shotgun from the looks of it. Just if you're going to take a knee, don't do it in the end zone.
There you go.
Have some spatial awareness.
Yep. So here's Applewhite with O'Sullivan, and they will end up handing it off, which is a little dangerous, but that'll do it.
At the end of regulation.
So a 2-yard pickup, and we got free football.
We do.
Mustangs, 42.
I think we should rest up. Let's take 30 seconds, a minute. Let's clear our heads, and we'll be back here at Scranton Memorial.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu.
Can you say overtime? That's what we're going to say here at Scranton Memorial.
Now we're trying to track down. Sorry, the last time that Lackawanna College has played overtime, Joe Paparelli, the guru behind all the sports information, is telling me it was like the 2000s. He's not sure in the exact year that it happened, but we're talking 15 years ago, probably. That the last time that Lackawanna College has been involved in an overtime game. So we'll have to go back and look through the archives, but it's been a minute.
Mark Duda, captain's coming out. Dwayne Grantham and J.B. Nelson out of Mount Lebanon High School.
Just outside of Pittsburgh.
What's the timeout situation?
With Dwayne from down near Martinsburg in West Virginia. So they'll, they're not too far from each other, obviously, down that way. And yeah, JB out in Pittsburgh, going to be playing at State College next year, along the offensive line for Penn State. So both teams kind of going over the ground rules where they want to defend and whatnot. And of course, you get the ball. What is it? The 25-yard line, and you get your chances to score. And I think it's after the second go round, you have to go for two if you score. And
how many rounds is this going to go?
Yeah, penalty kicks get into it at some point. I think we'll find out. What was it? Was it Texas A&M and LSU a couple years ago that went 7 overtimes or something like that?
Yep.
Not to put us on that trajectory. We would certainly hope it ends a little sooner than that, but it's a possibility.
It's every play, in this game, every play has mattered, and somehow we wound up tied, but a lot of plays, and you look throughout the game and thinking, oh boy, if this happened or that happened, and a fumble here or there didn't go somebody's way, but it's been a great college football game. And
so it looks like Lackawanna has won the toss.
Play defense first against Monroe?
Yeah.
Or do you put the pressure on them and score? I guess that's something that you got to think about.
Yeah, I think you always want to know what you need to do. And so that's where Lackawanna's at with it. They'd rather know what they need to do versus needing to put the pressure on and leaving it so that maybe Monroe scores and then goes for two or something like that to win. I mean, it's a tough position to be in. Can't really 6 in one hand, half a dozen the other. But Lackawanna, Coach Duda, despite the 42 on the board, trusts his defense and trusts his defenders and Coach Reese and company to come up with a game plan. What a time that you can get your turnover that we've been talking about all game, that we've been trying to reverse jinx into happening here. Yeah. What a time to come up with it for Lackawanna College in overtime here. But man, like you were saying, John, what a game these two teams have played. And I was just thinking, overtime is so random sometimes. It almost feels cruel to end it this way, because both of these teams deserve to come out of here with a win, just the way that they have played. But unfortunately, that's not how it works, and someone's got to get a win, someone's got to get a loss here.
And they have numerous players that have played hot, and Halim Dixon King has played very well this second half. This receiver, he's a stud.
Yep.
He's 6'2", 215 pounds. He's lined up on the left-hand side right now. Applewhite. We'll give it to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan running. He falls down, but he's still on his feet. And the ball's loose. Lackawanna's got it. Did they call him down? I thought the Falcons came up with the football.
I did not hear a whistle. Now, hold on.
I don't see the officials scurrying in there to find out who has it.
They're in absolutely no hurry.
Falcons have the football, and they're running out of the huddle saying, we got it, we got it, we got it. Officials, what are they saying?
Now, how do they signal it? Because
I'm not convinced.
Official's calling time, and I think he just called. No, he just signaled first down. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's first down Lackawanna.
It should be first down Lackawanna, right? But it looked like he signaled something to the sideline and then signaled for first down. But they moved the stick, and there's an injured player. It looks like it's O'Sullivan that's down. So I don't.
And the offense is still out there.
Yeah, the offense. So they're going to make that 2 yards and give it back to Monroe from the looks of it.
Wow. And again, no replay, so we can't see exactly what happened.
And O'Sullivan, who's been such a big part of this game for Monroe, it looks like he's the one who's down. And, man, Lackawanna just cannot catch a break, John. When it comes to the ball bouncing around or turnovers, they have just not been lucky in that sense.
O'Sullivan's going to come out.
Looks like he's okay. He's jogging off. Maybe a little hitch, but otherwise fine. Good to see that.
So somehow, some way, the Mustangs of Monroe keep the football.
So if you're the Lackawanna defense, you got to forget. You got to get right back up and ready to go here. You can't rely on that. You can't dwell on that.
Now with the starting running back out, do you go to Dixon King, the receiver? Here is Applewhite.
You're thinking about it for sure. It looks like that's Troy Booker behind him.
Booker is out of Brooklyn, New York. Falcons showing some heat right now. Here is Applewhite. He's going to throw the deep ball. Right corner, got his dude.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Easy.
Dixon again. Dixon King. I mean, to me, that was a gimme. Your running back's out. Dixon King's been on fire, and he just runs by the D-back and scores it.
He's impressive. I mean, Applewhite's impressive. Dixon King's impressive. That's an impressive and deadly combination they've got there.
So the emotions of this football game, you think you have a turnover, the whole defense celebrates. It looked with our eyes that it was a turnover, and they go right down and score on the next play, the Mustangs, and now the extra point, overtime. And that one is buried. So it is 49-42. The Falcons will get a chance, though, to respond. And now flags are on the field.
Oh, hey, okay, hold on. Unsportsmanlike against Lackawanna, I think. No, against, excuse me, he signaled against Monroe.
Yep.
Well, what would be Monroe?
Now, overtime. How does that penalty work on the next possession?
Yeah, the official has a mic, but he hasn't really used it. So I don't know who he's signaling against here. And it's offsetting. Offsetting personal foul penalty.
First, it was Monroe. It was Monroe, and now it's against both teams.
So I guess, if nothing else, Lackawanna just gets the ball at the 25. Now, Monroe kicked the extra point. They go up 7. So now Lackawanna College knows what they need to do to try to answer here. But, man, this is just swinging back and forth.
Yep. The emotions of it all. Here we are tonight, 49-42. First thing you got to do is you got to score. And then the second thing is you got to execute an extra point or a 2-point.
I got Dixon King 18-25 for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think he's missed on his last 13 passes, by the way.
So here we go for the Falcons. They're going to run the football. Left-hand side, Edwards. He'll get 1.5 yards.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
I'll give them just 1. 1 full yard here for the Falcons. They've got 9 to go here on 2nd down. Palmer over on the right-hand side in the slot.
Barry Brown is 20 for 29 for 318.
Now they'll move their receiver in on the left-hand side. Looks like they're going to bring some heat off the edge here.
Oh,
they
no.
fumble the football.
I think he got back to it. I think Barry Brown got on it.
He did.
As he and Edwards had a little miscommunication there. But that's not good for Lackawanna College because that's going to back them up.
Monroe over on that sideline celebrating as if they've got the victory in hand right now. They got plenty of energy over there saying we're going to finally beat these Falcons.
Yeah.
But Barry Brown has something to say about it here on a 3rd and long here for the Falcons in overtime. Trailing by 7. Brown fakes it. Brown looking. End zone. He's got his guy. Touchdown!
Wow.
Touchdown, Lackawanna.
No flags. Cohen Russell. Touchdown. Barry's 6th of the game.
Touchdown.
Cohen Russell and Cam Cicotti coming out for the extra point here.
So,
Mark Duda saying, listen, we're arm to arm here. Let's get our splits. Let's make sure we execute properly here.
Now remember, they blocked the last extra point attempt that Lackawanna did.
Now they're waiting for somebody. Hey, do we have a
And
dude?
maybe
There comes
missing an extra guy.
Big old number 74, DeAndre Towns Blue out of Abington High School in Willow Grove. Here is Sakati for the game-tying overtime extra point. Timeout, Lackawanna.
So they want to talk things over here.
You got to make sure you don't make a boo-boo, I guess. It's important. It's the game-tying score.
Like we mentioned, the last time Lackawanna lined up to kick an extra point, it was tipped because someone broke through the line. So if you're the Falcons here, now wait a minute, they're going for two. DP, Delvin Palmer, Cohen Russell, Xavier Evans, Isaiah Edwards are all coming in here. So I think Lackawanna's going for the win.
Wow.
So let's see.
That'll turn up the nerves a little bit.
And they're into the huddle, but it looks like.
I mean, 50 points sounds better than 49.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it looks like.
You're going for it.
Yeah, they're going.
So 3 receivers to the right. Nobody in the backfield, but Barry Brown, Palmer. Could they speed sweep him over to the right corner?
2 players uncovered. Oh, geez.
And now we got a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Karg saw what we saw, which was
the
that
play.
no one was covering the slot receivers on the top of the formation there, and I think he saw that too, and Monroe was all out of sorts. So now, if you're Lackawanna, is there some gamesmanship here? Are you still going for it? Do you end up kicking the extra point? I don't know.
They're bringing everybody over to the huddle. Let's talk about it. Make them think.
So we can't see, obviously. But how about, man?
You come back to Devin Palmer on the speed sweep. I mean, they know it's coming, but can you tackle him? Or do you go fake Devin Palmer and let Barry Brown try to waltz in on that left side?
That might be the move. The problem was the last time they tried that, they dropped the ball and they lost a couple yards on the play when they tried to do the read. So we'll see here. They're lining DP up. Looks like Palmer's lined up almost in the slot to the near side. So they're going 2 by 2. And they got Purdy lined up almost at a wing as a tight end behind the line.
This looks like a heavy look here out of Monroe, thinking, okay, they're going to run the football. Here comes Palmer in front. Barry Brown, is it a run-pass option? He's going to run. He's not going to make it.
Dropped it.
Fumbles the football.
Fumble ball, they picked it up.
In the end zone, is it a score? No, they're going to say he's down.
No.
Official runs in and says he's down.
Hold on.
I don't think you can fumble forward into the end zone here. The lineman did get it.
My goodness.
The drama will unfold here momentarily, and hopefully cool heads
They're trying
prevail
to
on
get
both
all
sides.
the players away so that they can make the call here.
Yep.
No good.
The conversion is no good.
So the Mustangs of Monroe are celebrating, and they won the football game. I mean, it was 49-48. Fantastic football game. Congratulations, officials. Talking to Barry Brown, and the official holds up the ball saying this game is over. And the official's talking to Barry about here's what could happen, here's what did happen.
Yep. This is why
the Falcons of Lackawanna College come up a point short. They go for it. You know, intestinal fortitude to say, hey, listen, we're going to try to win this. And Mark Duda, first guy, lining up in the middle of the field, say, we take it like a man. You know, they were the better team tonight by 1 point. Congratulations.
Well, I mean, what a game. You know, obviously the result not what Lackawanna College wanted, what we wanted here. But, I mean, what can you say? Monroe fought hard all game. Both these teams did. You take it to overtime. Lackawanna College did what you're supposed to. You go for the win. You know, you play loose. You try to get the win, and just didn't work out for them on this occasion. But what an effort from both kids, both sides of kids. I mean, what a game. these two teams have a tendency to play games like this, pretty close games, pretty back and forth, and Monroe finally, after 5 straight losses, gets that win over Lackawanna College. Announce themselves on the national stage a little bit here, keep their undefeated season running, and now maybe push themselves into a conversation for a pretty good bowl game. I mean, that's a big win for Coach Carg and company. That's a big, big win.
Yeah, congratulations to the Mustangs of Monroe. That's going to wrap things up here. Mustangs victorious over the Falcons of Lackawanna College by 1. Tom Ferguson.